Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Six and Below. This week we're journeying to South Africa to watch an extended music video for the band Antwoord. My name's Erik. This is Darren.
AKA Ninja.
And Yolandi. Oh, no, I'm not Yolandi. I'll be Chappie. Hey, Chappie.
Hey, Chappie.
Chappie.
Welcome into Six and Below movie podcast.
Cue the intro.
Chappie.
Yeah, so just a little bit of a pre-warning for everyone out there. There's probably going to be a lot of attempted South African accents in this one. And I can tell you right now, I can't do one. It ends up sounding more like Australian meets Indian meets Irish.
Yeah, I sound more Scottish.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scottish and Aussie.
Hey, Chappie, you fucking bastard.
Get you, bastard. What you doing? That wasn't me, South African, by the way.
No.
All right, mate.
All right. No, that's
more Brum. Hey, Chappie. Hey, Chappie. What you doing there?
Hey, Chappie.
I don't know.
There'll be a lot of this as well.
Not from drug use, right? It's just because Chappie does it if you watch it. By the way,
does it.
Spoilers alert, by the way.
Yeah. Hopefully you've watched this before, but if not.
If you're new to it, by the way, welcome into Six and Below Movie Podcast. We review films what are normally rated below 6. However, on this one, it's the Rotten Tomatoes. We'll go into all the vitals, do a little bit of information about the film, a few facts, do a clip quiz, and then we'll break the film scene by scene and go through it all.
Yeah, not necessarily in that order.
Not in that order.
We usually do the clip quiz first, don't we?
And then awards.
And awards, yeah. So, if you stay tuned to the end, if you want to give your awards out, we give the best actor, best character, worst character, 3 things you liked about the movie, and the Hot Babe Award.
Hot Babe.
Can be male or female.
Yes.
And yeah, so if you want to leave them below in the comments, please feel free and please hit that like and subscribe before we continue.
Ninja is a proper babe.
Ninja, oh yeah.
A lot of flesh on him.
I know. If you like your pigeon-chested, scrawny, mulleted South Africans, then he's right up your alley.
Yeah, especially if they smoke a lot of meth.
There's a lot of meth, yeah. A lot of meth and a lot of...
mullets.
All I can do... mullet. All I can describe is it's like they've took the worst parts of American gangster culture and like imported it to South Africa.
Yes.
Because half the time they think they're American gangsters. And they even go as far as sometimes wearing like American flag clothes and stuff like that. And it's just like...
That they do.
You can definitely see they've just took a lot of inspiration from America.
Yes, including guns.
Including the guns. Yeah.
including
the guns.
I mean, it's a little bit more lawless. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering, like, it does not put Johannesburg in a very good light, does it?
Let's be honest with you. Johannesburg in general, or South Africa in general, not in a great light anyway, is it?
Well, no.
No, for crime.
We've got a... I don't know about it. To be honest, I don't know that much about it. I do have family that lived out there. And I've heard stories from them, like they had to live in kind of like a gated community to keep out basically the poor people.
Carjacking is really rife. Really bad.
My mum went over there in the late 90s, I think, to visit my uncle, who like I say, lives over there. And they were saying, like, if we're at a set of lights and we suddenly have to drive off, don't panic. It's just because we're probably about to get carjacked and we need to get out of there. Yeah.
Yeah, don't panic. You might get shot.
Yeah.
Get all your stuff stolen off you.
That's it.
You know, in some of the cars in South Africa, they have the button where it's like flames come up to the side.
I was literally about to say that. I've heard rumours about that. I've never seen any evidence of it. I've never looked for it, like, to be fair. But yeah, I've heard that, you know, they do have that type of thing. Flamethrowers out the side.
Just burn them.
Char-grilled hijackers, carjackers.
Yeah,
May as well.
It's rough.
I mean, is it really worth burning someone to death over your car? Don't know. Debatable.
Or maybe it might give them like 3rd-degree burns or something.
Oh, only...
Not literally setting them completely
only 3rd-degree burns.
Yeah, on their arm or something. Not like melting them
just
the
a
whole
left arm,
face.
you know, the arm they're not going to use. But yeah.
It'll stop them, though.
Would it, though?
Yeah, look at Dubai. How many people go around stealing a pickpocket when they've had their hand cut off?
Well, not many, because they don't have an hand to do it, do they?
Exactly. Exactly. Dubai, have it right.
Well, I don't know if it's really that lawless over there. I don't know. I don't know that much. I maybe should have looked into it, but
You've just said it yourself.
yeah, but I can't remember what part. I think they might have been in Cape Town.
It was still pretty rough, isn't it?
Yeah, but either way, I get the impression that kind of how Brothers Grimsby didn't paint Grimsby in a very good light, that maybe they've done the same with Johannesburg. I'm not saying, well, no city is bloody free of crime, is it? But I doubt at the first sign of like police going down that everyone just goes out rioting within like 2 minutes.
2 minutes? That was a long time for 2 minutes, mate. It was literally 20 seconds. As soon as the first robot dropped on the floor, they're like, right, pitchforks, start looting.
Exactly.
We'll come to that anyway. That's the end a little bit later on. Shall we get on to the click quiz?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's go for it. If you know what this film is, let us know down below, but we'll give you the answer a little bit later on. So,
yeah.
Try not to cheat.
Just say that I find it much more comfortable admiring your show from afar.
Comfort, the enemy of progress.
Do you understand that just associating with you could cost me my inheritance?
Oh, it could cost you more than that. You'd be risking everything, but on the other hand, well, you just might find yourself a free man.
Ah, what is that?
Find yourself a free man.
Is that Hugh Jackman?
Could be.
Why do I know that?
It's a belting film, to be fair.
Is it?
Yeah. So as you said, stars Hugh Jackman. If you know what it is, let us know down below in comments.
Because I don't know what it is. I have to guess as well. So we'll find out at the end, see if I'm right. And if
Kick
you're
yourself
right,
if you get it wrong.
I know. I can't. I literally, there's nothing in my head. I know the film. I know it because I recognise what he just said. But I can't picture where it's from.
Ah, good. Right, Vitals.
Yeah. Well,
Released in 2015. 10 years old already.
wow.
And CGI in it's pretty good.
It is good.
10 years.
It is good. I was meaning to look into how they actually did the scenes with the robot, whether it was like an actor in like
Gotta be.
a thingy suit.
Yeah,
What do you call it? Morph suit.
Yeah, like a morph suit with little dots everywhere.
Yeah, I was
gotta be.
wondering. Yeah.
Runtime, 2 hours. IMDb rating.
I am what?
Sorry, start that.
Was
bit
that
again.
your South African accent?
Yeah, it was. IMDb. Sorry, when you hear yourself sometimes on your headset, it trips you up, especially when I say IMDb.
IMDb, Chappie?
IMDb rating is 6.8.
Oh,
And if
That's
you're
a very
wondering to
high
yourself, how have we managed to do this?
how? Tell us, Darren. Tell us. Why are we doing this film?
Because
Tell
we are
us, Darren.
6 and below. We do below
Yeah.
6 on IMDb.
We
This
should
is the
be,
highest
yeah.
rating film that we've done on this podcast,
Yeah.
right? Metacritic, 41. Amazon star rating, 4.5. Obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Rotten Tomatoes, this is where it meets our parameters.
Yeah.
Critics, 32.
Right.
Harsh.
Okay.
Audience, 56.
See, did either of the critic or audience member that wrote the reviews, did they ever actually watch the film? I don't know, to be fair though, right? Because if you've watched last week's podcast and you made it to the end and we're discussing watching this film, I
Yep.
put up a bit of a almost dirty protest. I had the shit in my hand and I was about to throw it into Darren's face and smear it on the walls of his studio.
I came back the other day after filming, and there was a few skid marks on the side. I was like, you dirty bastard.
There was a few skid marks on my dirty protest, I must admit.
It was on his chair, so it was all right.
Yeah. And my microphone.
Oh.
But I'll get into it later. But not a bad film. Not a bad film. Not a bad film.
You eating humble pie over there?
A little bit of pie has been eaten at the moment, but I think as we go on, you will find that the pie gets more and more eaten.
Because you did put up a bit of a fight.
I did put up a bit of a fight, yeah, because when I watched this years ago, I don't know why, I came away from it, and I've had it in my head since that Chappie is a really shit film. But no, how I was surprised on my second watch.
Like I say, we give our verdicts at the end of it as well.
Yeah.
Budget, 49 million. Quite high budget, that, really. But you've got Hugh Jackman as well, and Sigourney Weaver.
To be honest, I
Dev Patel.
expected it to be more.
Yeah, watching it. But
Yeah.
in South Africa, I think you probably get cheaper rates and that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You know, for tax breaks and whatnot.
Yeah, I suppose.
Box office gross, 102 million. So
Oh,
it made
right,
money.
okay. Yeah, this was considered a flop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other top grossing films of 2015.
Boom.
It's a flop compared to these.
Yeah.
Star Wars Episode 7.
Right.
7? Really? 7? 7 Star Wars films?
Maybe we're up to 9.
God. Really?
And that's if you only class the lead on from the originals, if you know what I mean. The prequels and sequels.
Oh yeah, not including
Not
all these
including
little...
like the Han Solo film or Rogue One.
Skeleton Crew just came out.
Yeah.
New series. So Force Awakenings, 2 billion.
Right.
So compare
Not
it
surprised.
against that. Yeah, compare it against that.
That was the first one of the sequels, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, 1.6.
Right.
And Furious 7. Don't know how, 1.5 billion.
Furious 7. Is that the one where Paul Walker died?
I think that was 6.
Was it?
Yeah.
Sure. Wasn't it 7 where his brother stood in and kind of finished the film for him? That might be why it's so
remember.
high.
Can't remember.
Because I think I even went to cinema to see that because I was curious to say, how are you going to finish this film about Paul Walker? And like I was sold on it until the very end when they're driving off into the sunset and Paul pulls up next to him in the car and I'm like, oh my god, what is that? It looks nothing like him. Well, it is him, but he's clearly not there. It's the worst case of CGI I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think it was that bad.
It was bad. Go back and watch it, man.
It was quite touching, wasn't it? He drove off to the left.
Oh,
They
yeah.
drove to the right.
I shed a slight little tear.
Mm.
But even so, when he pulls up and he looks at him and he's like that, and it's like they've just got the lighting wrong with it. He just looks literally copy and pasted it in from another film, and he's like,
Probably, yeah. It probably is.
and Vin Diesel's looking at him like as if to say, "You're dead, man," and he's like, "Well, I'm not dead."
I am, brother.
Yeah.
Dead. Right, this movie was ranked 73rd.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And it was higher grossing than the following films.
Go on.
I shit you not, this is what this film is called. Suck Me Shakespeare 2.
Suck Me Shakespeare 2.
Yes.
Is that a sequel, or are they just asking him to suck
Number 2.
them too? So there's an actual film out there called Suck Me Shakespeare.
Yes.
Is it about vampires, or is it porno? Right.
Vampires.
And are they trying to say that Shakespeare was a vampire?
I didn't really look too much into it, to be honest with you. I just had a quick look on IMDb. I was like, yep, it's a vampire, not porn.
Suck Me Shakespeare.
Hitman Agent 47.
Right. Yeah, I know which one that was. That wasn't the Timothy Oliphant one, was it?
I can't remember, mate, which one's which.
Yeah.
And The Wedding Ringer.
The Wedding Ring.
Mhm.
What's the Wedding Ring?
Is it not like... Well, I'm thinking of Wedding Crashers or something.
Yeah.
I recognise the name of it.
I do recognise the name, but I can't think
Yeah.
what it is.
Do you want to let them know who it's directed, written, stars?
Yeah, so it's directed by a chap called Neill Blomkamp. He has 37 director credits on IMDb. So he's known for District 9, Elysium,
Yep.
and Gran Turismo from
Good film.
2023, which is a brilliant film.
Really good film.
District 9's good, 7.9 on IMDb. And Elysium, I've only seen that once, but it's Matt Damon. And for all I can remember about it is he's just running around because he's trying to get on some kind of spaceship or something.
That's pretty much every single Matt Damon film.
Matt Damon running around
Yeah.
trying to get on a spaceship.
Yeah,
Or
look at
just
Born
running around.
Identity.
Yeah. Born Identity, yeah. I never really got into them.
I liked them. I preferred them over James Bond.
I beg your pardon?
Jason Bourne's better in James Bond.
No.
There's more action. It was good. Good fight scenes. Yes.
I quit. I'm sorry, I can't do a podcast with someone who thinks that Jason Bourne is better than James Bond.
Yep. I got bored of James Bond, to be honest with you. They went too much depth in the story.
The
I want to
later
see
ones
action.
with Daniel Craig.
They're shite.
They're not.
Casino Royale, garbage.
Casino Royale was amazing.
Garbage.
It was not garbage.
Daniel Craig is one of the worst James Bonds.
You shut your dirty mouth.
Roger Moore.
You can
He's the
fuck off
best.
with this Roger Moore shit. You were saying this the other week. You can fuck right off with it. Roger Moore was the worst James Bond.
Let us know down below. Who was your favourite James Bond?
Let us know, because it was definitely not Roger Moore.
Roger Moore, then Sean Connery.
Connery was one of the best ones. I'd say he was probably the best one. He's the epitome. You do a 007 impression, it's always in the voice of fucking Sean Connery. Yeah? Yeah?
Touchy subject list, isn't it?
It is a touchy subject, because you're saying that Jason Bourne, that's like, you may as well just go and join these and wear an American flag and pretend to be American. You're supposed to be British. You can't say that Jason Bourne is better than James Bond.
Better action.
Maybe.
Better fight scenes.
No.
You had all the
maybe.
parkour and all that shit. Why do you think, right, the
It's
Daniel Craig
stupid,
films...
though. It's stupid.
Daniel Craig
he
films-
fell off a boat and fucking lost his memory, but yet somehow he knows all his fucking fighting technique. Oh, fuck off.
Right, the Daniel Craig film, do you know where they're running on the crane at the start?
Yeah.
All of that, even the directors said they had to introduce more like parkour, more stunts, and more action because of Jason Bourne.
No, they
To keep
didn't.
up with it.
No, they didn't. You're so full of shit.
You know, right?
You're only saying it now to wind me up. You're only saying it now to wind me up. I don't care. I don't care if James Bond came out, took a shit on screen, and fucking walked off without wiping his ass. I would still be team James Bond over Jason Bourne because I am British. Enough said. Anyway, so this film was written by
Go on.
Neill Blomkamp. The
Okay,
same
yeah.
as the director, who also wrote, obviously, District 9 and Elysium. But he did come along with another writer, a nice lady called Terry Thatchell, who also helped him with District 9.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And wasn't one of the writers like credited with Ninja?
No. No. They had no hand in it.
So Neo's gone, right, okay, Ninja, I want you to do this. He goes, no, mate, I'll do it like this, innit?
They don't like this in it, man.
Gangster.
Yeah. I don't know, but he said, I think Ninja came along and said, I'll only do it if you mention our band any chance you get. All the music that's within the film is our band, and I get to wear my band t-shirts constantly. Oh, and we're keeping the same names.
That's really weird, that.
That is weird.
It really is weird.
It is weird. So, starring, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Sharlto Copley
Chappie.
as Chappie. He's got 32 acting credits. He was in District 9 when he played the main part. He was also Murdoch in the A-Team film from 2010.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Elysium, and he was in Maleficent, with that one with the horrible haggard woman in it, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. Skeletor.
So, he seems to be in a lot of the director's films because apparently he's very good friends and they attended the same high school.
Mm.
Then we have Dev Patel as Dion. So I originally knew him from Skins back in the day. He was in that for 18 episodes from 2007, 2008. He's probably most famous for Slumdog Millionaire from 2008. And when I read that was in 2008, I thought, oh, holy crap, I can't believe that was that long ago.
Mm.
That's got an 8 on IMDb.
Nice.
Which, to be fair, although he gets a lot of credit for it, he doesn't really do much in that film, from what I can remember. All he is in the millionaire studio. They ask him a question, and he goes, flashback. And then it goes to him as a kid. Obviously, he's not him playing it.
Yeah,
You're going to say you've
true.
never seen it, have you?
I don't think I ever have. I think I've seen bits of it.
It's good, don't get me wrong. But the fact that the guy, that Dev Patel, got so much fucking blowjobs and sucked off from it, him and, was it Danny Boyle who directed it?
Yeah.
And then when you actually look at it, you think he's not actually in it that much. Anyway, I digress. He was also in The Last Airbender, which has a 4.0 back in 2010. I'm tempted to say add it to the list, but I really, really, really don't want to watch The Last Airbender.
I would.
I know you would, because you're into all... Isn't it like anime?
Yeah, it was based on an anime and stuff. But, like I say, they bought a film out, and they bought a TV series out on Netflix last year.
Oh, did they?
And I watched the first few episodes, and it was really good with CGI added and everything.
What is an airbender?
So basically, you can control air.
Oh. How do you bend air?
So just, I'm probably going to get this law completely wrong, by the way, but
I'm sure there's people out there that will correct you in the comments.
There's meant to be like different tribes or different like areas or quadrants, or what you want to call it, of people. So you have one with ice, one with air, one's with water, one's with fire.
Oh, so you have like airbenders, ice benders, firebenders, gender benders.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like that, but you get the main kid who's like the last airbender because the fire people wiped them all out, supposedly like thousands of years ago.
Right.
And they got forgotten about, but he got frozen. Then obviously he falls and he's like the last airbender. But also, I think he can control some of the other abilities as well.
Sounds like Captain America with extra steps.
Yes, it is actually, yeah.
And then we've got, he was also in The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel.
Right.
That's a good film. Surprisingly, 7.2 on IMDb.
Yeah.
Heartwarming.
Not seen it.
No. Okay, and then he was also in the second best Exotic Marigold Hotel.
Okay, we've had a lot of actors on our podcast doing shit films, but they've been in that film.
That film.
It seems like you've mentioned that a
No,
lot.
never, not mentioned it.
You have.
I've mentioned the Grand Budapest Hotel,
Would have been.
but not the best Exotic Marigold Hotel.
No.
He runs. It's a story about him that runs his hotel,
Right.
and you have a bunch of pensioners from the UK. It's got Judi Dench in it. It's got Bill Nye in it. It's got that woman who was in Harry Potter who plays McGonagall. I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
Maggie Smith.
Well, he died.
She was in it, and basically they all move over there to retire in this kind of hotel that he runs. And
Right.
it's about them finding their way in India type thing. Quite heartwarming. It's good. The second one, not so good. That's why it's the second best. Exotic Marigold Hotel.
It's just the way you say it. But you don't just say it. You put your hands out and you do your head.
you gotta, mate. It's the rules. Then we got Hugh Jackman.
Yep.
As Vincent Moore.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know who he is, what are you doing? But anyway, X-Men franchise, pick one. He was Wolverine. He was in Les
He's a
Mis.
wanker in this.
He was in Les Mis in 2012, and he was in The Greatest Showman in 2017, which I've never seen. Sigourney Weaver, again, don't know who she is, then go fuck yourself. And then come back and look up who Sigourney Weaver is. Mate, I did not realise until looking through this how many actually good, great films she has been in.
A lot.
She has. She's one of them where she's quite not underrated, but it's kind of you almost forget. Oh yeah, Sigourney Weaver was in that.
Halloween. Or them franchise.
She wasn't in Halloween. I was gonna say that was Jamie Lee Curtis one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she was in Alien, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't believe that was 1979 either.
I know.
First Alien.
It's mad when you look back.
Yeah. Obviously, Ghostbusters. She was in them. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And then we've got obviously Aliens, Aliens 3, Aliens Resurrection. She was in Gorillas in the Mist in 1988.
You mentioned every single film.
No, this is just a small day. When you look through, she's got 105 films under her belt, and most of them are well known.
She had a good career.
Galaxy Quest, class film.
I've not seen that one.
You've never seen Galaxy? Oh,
I've never seen it.
You need to watch Galaxy
Is
Quest.
that the one with the guy from Ghostbusters with the glasses who comes in with like wearing a Darth Vader helmet?
No, that's Spaceballs. Yeah.
Spaceballs.
Galaxy Quest is kind of like a piss take of Star Trek, sorry.
Ah, right.
So basically, it's like a cast. It's like a cast of like a 60s kind of basically like Star Trek. Later on down the line, when they're all kind of like they can't find any more work and they're still going to comic book conventions, but then a load of aliens come and take them, thinking that all the TV series that have been broadcast out into space are legit, and they design their ship and everything based on their ship.
All right.
And all that stuff, and they come and get them, and because they need them to help them fight this bad guy. It's got Tim Allen in it, Sigourney Weaver. It's got Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Class film, really, really good.
I'll look into it actually. Then
You need to watch it, mate. You'll enjoy it. The Village, and then obviously Avatar.
The Village was shite.
Avatar. Yeah. The Village. The Village was good the first time you watch it.
Yeah.
When you get the twist.
It's meant to be like a horror film, wasn't it? But it really wasn't.
Yeah, because you have all the others or whatever it is in the woods and stuff like that, but then it turns out that they're actually, spoiler alert, in the modern day. And they're just basically cosplaying. I mean, why go through that extent? Just go and join the Amish.
Might as well.
That's basically what they were. They were like
Pretty much.
a private Amish party.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then we have, getting to the main people themselves, we have Ninja, whose real name is actually Tudor Watkin Jones.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
Yeah. Hey, Tudor. So he's on IMDb. He's got 20 acting credits, but they're all for his music videos for his band. Because if you don't know, him and the other person, Yolandi Visser, she does have a real name. That's a stage name, but I couldn't pronounce it, so I didn't bother writing it down.
Oh, didn't you do it?
I can't read that shit. If you can find it and read it, then
yeah, it's a tongue twister.
it's a tongue twister. Yeah. But them two are from a band called the Antwoord, who are, I think, big in South Africa. I don't know.
Huge.
But if you go and watch their videos, they are a weird bunch, putting it nicely. So them two are in this film. So that's the cast.
What does it stand for?
The answer.
The answer of what?
I don't know. What does he say now in it?
That's so fucking funny, that, though.
I know.
So what we're talking about is a clip on YouTube
It's called,
where like documentary maker is following them around and he says, "So what's your band called?" It's like Downward. Like, okay, what does it mean? The answer. The answer to what? Fuck, I don't know. Shit.
fucking no. I don't know why I'm suddenly talking like this.
It's funny. It's funny.
So I've got a bit of trivia about this film.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll have to bear with me.
Hit me.
So, first one, the house used for Hippo's lair was co-writer and director Neill Blomkamp's childhood home.
You just took literally my only note I had.
Yeah, I told you at the beginning I've got quite a bit of trivia, and some of it's some of the stuff you had already told me.
Go on then.
The movie stars Ninja and Yolandi Visler, a controversial South African rave rap group, the Antwoord, who are fans of Neill Blomkamp's work. Ninja has a 2 D9, stands for District 9, on his inner lip. He says his lip.
Where's hip?
There's lip.
Hip?
There's lip.
I'm sure it's on his hip.
It's either on the hip or his lip.
It's one of them.
It's one of them. Did you notice as well? Do you know, it's not on my
Teardrops.
notes, but they've got, so Yolandi and Ninja, they're not in a relationship, but they have a daughter together, and they named her 16.
Yeah.
That's why Ninja has 1 and a 6 under his eyes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have done better things. Like named her...
23.
well, whatever. It's anything other than a number.
Yeah, but her name technically then is 16 Jones. How many Jones? 16. How many Joneses are coming? 16. Anyway.
Yep. Yeah. It could have been Claire or anything like that.
I know.
No, they've ruined the child's
I
life.
think, to be fair, I think she got off lightly, considering their stage names, or names in general.
True.
You've got Yolandi, who you can't fucking pronounce, and then you've got Ninja, who's called Tudor. So I think she got off quite easy with 16.
Well, it's...
You think it's just the highest number Ninja could count to?
Is it... Is it David Bowie or something like that? Their kid's called like Moonraker.
Probably. The worst one I've ever read, I probably told you before, there was a couple, I think, in New Zealand. I think you can Google it. They had the kid taken off them for naming it Tallulah Does the Hula in Hawaii.
Mm.
And the judge was like, what the freaking hell have you done to this child? Tallulah Does the Hula from Hawaii.
Why?
I don't know why they got it took off. I think they got it took off.
I think it was like court orders get name changed, but I don't think they got took off.
So, moving on to more trivia. Brandon Auret, who plays Hippo, openly admitted his disdain for his co-star Ninja in an interview. He quoted saying, "Everyone knows the relationship that I had with Waddy. I don't care much for him. I don't care much for his band, and I don't care much for anything that he does. You know, when someone comes and feels like they have the right to tell you how to do your job, yeah, it became an issue."
Mm. You could see when he stuck the gun in his mouth. It looked a bit like
Well, the scenes,
real.
The scenes that they're in, they're not very
Tension.
they're not very happy together, are they?
No, there's a lot of tension there.
Yeah, but that Brandon guy, when I did look into his back catalogue, he has done a few films, so he is obviously an actor, and then to have this scrawny, pigeon-chested, mullet-haired crackhead coming over saying, no, this is how you do the acting, man. However they... This is how you act. Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, so apparently didn't like him, but yeah you can kind of tell. The film was first proposed as a trilogy, but the idea of making sequels eventually dropped after the film bombed. You can't
Bombed? Really?
apparently
Oh.
making $50 million is classed as a bomb.
Apparently so, mate. Apparently so.
Ninja was Neill Blomkamp's first choice to play the lead in Blomkamp's previous feature, Elysium.
Mm.
Yeah, but he turned down the role, reportedly because he didn't want his first screen role to be an American accented character.
Okay.
The word Zeph that you see in their layer and also in that video that I sent you is called Zeph something. is Afrikaner's slang word, which roughly translates to the English word common. Also means uncool, and it differs from the Australian term bogan or the British term chav, as it's mostly a positive term used for oneself rather than a derogatory term used for someone else. Yeah, it's also not typical of the poorer classes of society, but rather mostly white, lower class, middle subculture.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Zeph.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Ninja and Yolandi having brightly painted weapons is a clever way to confuse the robotic police force.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
It's a DLC from Call of Duty.
The robot's AI has to make a decision if a weapon is real or a toy before it can make this could make the robot hesitate. It could give Ninja and Yolandi a split-second edge in a firefight. I don't think that wasn't even mentioned or a thing in the film. I just think they said, spray paint me gun yellow. And she's like, oh, I want a pink one.
Definitely. That is their style. I mean, okay. The whole hideout that you see of Ninja and Yolandi.
Yeah.
It's like an abandoned warehouse. It's been bombed up.
Apparently they designed it all.
You can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell. I feel part of this, especially when they're walking around like their little lair and stuff, the director's gone, right, okay, can we like do an MTV Cribs, but with a robot? That's pretty much it, mate. It's their house.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they lived there, yeah.
Wouldn't surprise them whatsoever if they have a bed just in an open plan of a derelict building.
Do you know what I loved as well, right? So the building, like you say, was derelict. Some places didn't even have a roof. They had no windows, no walls, or anything like that, right? So it was basically like a half-finished construction site that they lived in, right?
Yes.
Yet she still goes outside for a fag.
So logic. It's a good point, though.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
The final one is there's an alternative ending where Chappie's consciousness is transferred to all the police robots. It is included in the special features on the Blu-ray.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm tempted to watch it now. Yeah. Did you mention about the child at home?
Yes, it was the first thing I mentioned, yeah, because you had a hissy fit because you had it down on your notes.
All right, okay. Yeah.
Have you got any trivia or...
Nope. General note, you pretty much took everything, mate. My other general notes was pretty much like an advertisement for Ninja's band.
Yeah, basically.
Because there's so much art in the background, or the clothing they're wearing. The band name was pretty much everywhere.
Well, one of my general notes is, how much money do you think they spend on custom T-shirts? Do you think they have their own printer? Because, I mean...
I think part of the deal...
Even 3 days after having Chappie, they've got Chappie printed T-shirts on.
They have. They've got printing press in their house.
I think they must have.
They really have, mate. I was thinking, I reckon the director, when he's done a deal with them, will say, we'll pay you this much, this stuff, but we want all of your music in the video for free of charge.
Yeah.
But it'd be a good way to advertise your business at the same time.
And I mean, an advertise they did.
Yeah. It's like you say, music in films and stuff like that can rank the budget up quite a bit, can't it?
Yeah, it can. It can. And other than anything that wasn't just the usual musical score was their music, wasn't it?
Yeah. Pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
Right.
The other general note I had is, why does no one wear a fucking shirt in Gangland?
It's hot.
I know it's hot, but Christ, just shove a T-shirt on, man.
It's hot.
It can't be hot all the time.
It's South Africa. It's roasting.
Most of the time it looked damp.
They're warm.
Oh.
That's why Ninja was flexing his little cracker top.
The other thing is, why does no one have smartphones? Every time someone pulled a phone out, it was like a brick from the 90s.
South Africa.
The early 2000s.
Yeah, South Africa.
I know, but they're smart enough and high-tech enough to have bloody police robots.
Yeah, but you've not seen like the Red Nose Day things where you donate your money, give £5 toward the kids.
Not freaking South Africa, though, is it?
South Africa.
Yeah, but Africa's a pissing big place.
It is, and it's one of the richest nations.
What, if you add it all up?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a nation, it's a...
Continent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of the richest ones, though.
Have you ever seen them with their maps? You know, like, because when you look on like Google Maps or you look on that type of thing, all the countries are distorted. Well, But there's a website, I can't remember what it's called, but there's a website you can go on and you can drag a country over and over and see how it compares to actual size. Because on most maps, it shows, say, like Greenland as
Yeah, it's
absolutely
massive.
massive,
It's
but
not.
actually it's tiny. And it's the same with Russia. And if you take Russia, that looks massive on a map, and put it on Africa, it barely covers it.
No. Africa's the biggest one.
Yeah, Africa's
But
huge.
the problem that Africa have got, I know we're like getting off topic here with the film and stuff, but it's like the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor because the corruption is that bad.
Oh yeah,
That's the
massively
problem they
corrupt. Yeah, in a lot of the countries there. Yeah, there's some that aren't. There's some that have got the shit together, but there's a lot that.
Talking about getting the shit together, Ethiopia.
What?
Have you seen what Ethiopia looks like?
No.
We're living in a third world.
What compared to them?
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't it the 90s when they were in like the midst of a massive famine?
Exactly. They're
Did
the
you- I think
ones
you have
like, you donate £5 to for like your Red Nose Day and all this shit. Right.
Yeah, because wasn't that where like South Park even used to parody with Starving Marvin, the
Yeah.
Ethiopian kid?
Yeah. Well, they've took all that money, mate, and they've made it looking like Dubai.
Just
It's fucking right up there.
have to have a look. Because they got the Ark of the Covenant in it.
Supposedly, anyway, we get like third-party information.
Yeah, I've never been there myself.
No, never been there before.
Well, I know it never exists in real life. Never know.
True. Movie notes. We'll get onto it.
Yeah, so should we? This is the part where we go through and we go through the movie scene by scene and we discuss the scene and what we think about it and like some bits that maybe don't make sense. We roast it, give credit where credit's due, but mainly we try and take the piss if we can.
Yes,
So
we certainly do.
yeah, if you made it this far, please like and subscribe.
Hit that like.
We need to get them subscribers up, guys.
We do. We're getting there.
Oh,
We're close to 1 million.
million what?
1 million subscribers.
we're close. Yeah, I suppose we are close, but I wouldn't say we're close to it. I'd say we're closer
than what we was
I'd
last
say
week.
we're closer, yeah. I think at the time of this recording, we're 175.
It's on our road trip.
It's all part of the journey.
We're on the way of it.
It's
We're on
all-
the way to
It's
it.
all part of the journey.
See, because the thing is, the reason why I'm saying it like that, because in like 2 years' time, we'll be on like 1.5 million. We'll be like,
Ah, right. The thing is, though, we've got 170 more subscribers than I thought we'd ever get.
exactly.
So, silver linings, mate.
That's the way you got to see it. Right, let's get on to the movie anyway.
Yeah, go on.
So the movie starts off a little bit like a documentary with people talking about AI and robots, and it goes back to like 18 months earlier, and where we see Johannesburg police force now being run by robots, and only a few humans are in the service now, aren't there?
Yeah, so we get a bit of an expo dump here, like about Joburg, and they're saying basically that they have 300 murders and violent attacks a year, and that it's all gone to shit. And then you have, for some reason, is it Anderson Cooper, that weird-looking American albino-type-looking motherfucker?
Yep.
So you have him over there, and the police are introducing their robots called the Scouts. And
It
then
kind of felt a bit like a real-life documentary type thing, didn't
did a
it?
bit,
Where
yeah.
they've done it at the start.
Them first things at the start, yeah, because they're talking. It's like two AI experts in it, and they're talking about how Chappie's changed the view of the world type thing when it comes to AI and what have you. And then it just suddenly goes 18 months earlier.
It just changed completely the way they filmed everything else.
Yeah,
It's weird, wasn't it?
It
really?
was weird.
It didn't really make too much sense, that bit.
It's a bit of a weird choice for an opening, definitely. But it was literally two people, wasn't it? Like, went to one guy and then went to the other. They both basically said the same thing, and he was like, "Yeah, Chappie, actual AI," and then it's
Like you
like,
say,
all right, then spoil the
Anderson
film
Cooper.
for us.
Yeah, then like you say, straight to Anderson Cooper then.
Yeah.
But it goes to state that robots can not be hacked due to having a guard key system where it's only one engineer person who can do any upgrades or do anything to the system.
It's basically, if you're listening, it's like this tiny little dongle like you get with a wireless mouse.
Yes.
It's that.
It is.
Yeah.
It actually is that.
It is. It's basically just one of them, and to upgrade one of the robots, you have to plug that in.
Yep.
And that's their guard system.
Yep, so that's their guard system. So this key is meant to be the thing that can bring these robots down, right? And have them reprogrammed. So that's the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
And they only have one of these with no backups. Even my car has a spare key.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And if it's so like important for this business, why is there no security? There's no cameras on it. All it is like a yellow cage and like a little locker.
I'll
He
get
just
into it
opens
later.
up, walks in and out, no problems.
This place literally has zero. Considering they're a place that makes police robots, they have
Yes.
zero security anywhere. But we'll get into that as we go through.
Exactly.
And then we also get a quick snapshot of the Moose program, which is basically, it reminds me of the massive robot from RoboCop.
RoboCop. Yes.
It looks very similar to that. And
Similar. It's bloody copy and paste.
well, I read somewhere as well that also the voices of the scouts are based on RoboCop.
Ah, yeah, I can actually see that. Yeah.
And then you've got the Moose, but that's led by a guy called Vincent, who's Hugh Jackman. So that's kind of like the alternative to the scouts.
Yep.
And it uses a helmet to process the wearer's thoughts into the robot actions.
Yep.
And then Dion is trying to work on AI that is truly alive. Dion's obviously Dev Patel's
Chief
character.
engineer, isn't it?
Yeah. And then we have a cut to Tetraval, which is the company that that is manufacturing all these robots and so on. One thing I don't get about Dion, right? So he created these scouts, he developed them, he blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he still just has a tiny little cubicle in the middle of everyone else, and like he's still basically like the lowest rung person there.
It looks like that.
Why is he not got a corner office driving a freaking Lamborghini and everything like that? I don't.
Uses a company van, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Doesn't have his own car.
he lives in a shitty little apartment.
Yep.
I don't get how, if he's developed it all and come up with the idea and wrote the software for it and everything like that, why?
Because he works for Sigourney.
I get
She's
that.
taking everything and he gets like 0.5% profits.
If that, I'd be surprised if he even gets profit. I mean, surely you'd have people banging on his door trying to recruit him, and instead they just stick him in a cubicle and just, you know.
It's literally like a call center cubicle where you got like a little
Yeah.
pin board on either side. That's it.
Basically.
No privacy or anything.
No,
And he looks
and yet-
fed up.
And yet on the documentary thing at the beginning, you can see he's even included. He's there as the creator of the Scouts.
On the website as well.
Yeah. But it's like, surely you want to treat your talent a bit better and not just shove them in a cubicle and treat them like absolutely crap.
That's true. That is true.
Anyway, so Tetraval, a van arrives with Scout 22 on board.
Oh, Scout 22.
Yeah. And we learn that this particular Scout does not have any luck because he keeps coming back to be repaired. This time he's missing an antenna that they have. They have little rabbit ear antennas like you can see on our man here,
Yes.
our Chappie, if you're watching on YouTube or
And this-
Spotify in the background.
It came back, didn't it, say it's been used as a speed bump.
Yeah. So the only one they've got is one of the orange test ones, so they shove that on so we can kind of know
Which one he is.
which one he is, because not to be racist, but they all look alike.
They do. They're all
Yeah.
pretty much the same.
Yeah, they're manufactured in the same place.
Mhm.
So they set him back out, and he picks up an assault rifle. Just there, they just have
Just casually sat there on the side.
right in the middle of it's basically like a loading bay, isn't it? They
Yes.
bring him in, they fix him up, and they go, right, grab a gun on the way out because you didn't come in with one for some reason. So there's probably, all I can imagine is an assault rifle wherever he got run over.
Yep.
And he gets it, loads it, and he says, try and stay out of trouble this time. And he goes, okay, he walks off.
Straight to the helicopter. Go on,
Yeah.
off to your next mission.
Yeah. So all I was thinking was, so in the middle of this loading warehouse, you just have a little weapons thing just there for anyone to just walk in and take an assault rifle. What if someone comes in feeling suicidal, having a really bad day? Surely you should have to kind of I don't know, put in a code or a key or something, locked it.
No.
To basically take a weapon out.
No, it's a gun rack on wheels.
It's a gun rack on wheels, yeah.
It was like a little trolley.
Yeah. Basically what it was, yeah.
What you see later on, when all the human police officers come back, it's the same again. It's like a massive armory, and they're all just loading up like huge LMGs. I'm like, shit, how bad is the crime in this place?
Well, that's in the PlayStation, and even when Dion's later on's going to get his gun, he goes and they've got a freaking arsenal there as well.
Really?
Anyway,
Loads. We now meet the main characters of the movie: Ninja, Yolanda, America, and Mr. Worldwide himself, Pitbull.
is that who it was?
What?
Was it Pitbull?
Oh, that's his name.
Who?
Pitbull. The
Right.
black dude that got shot.
Oh, I
Which
thought
I'll
you meant.
say in a minute.
I didn't really pay attention to who he was, but I thought you meant that he was played by Pitbull.
No, his name was Pitbull.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying, Mr. Worldwide.
Right.
And
Sorry,
then
I was thinking, I don't remember seeing that. I'm pretty sure that guy was black. Pitbull's like the whitest person I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Even
white
though
Cuban.
He's supposed to be from Cuban, yeah.
Yeah. So they're all arguing over like a heist that they're just being on, like a
Yeah.
drug raid or something, and it all messed up.
Something's gone wrong.
And then you got the police helicopters looking for the van, and they decide to go straight to one of the rival gangs' hideouts.
It is
Leads the
surprising.
police straight there to Hippo.
And they sat there wondering why Hippo does not like him.
Hippo's like got his gun out.
Yeah.
About 15 guys are all rocking up with like AKs and everything. They're like, "Oh shit, man! I don't think it's going to work out good." Hippo looks a bit pissed off there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Love the accent. What do you think of Ninja's yellow gun?
The Call of Duty DLC.
What would you, if you had a gun, would you spray paint it yellow?
No.
I would not either.
I'd probably spray paint it anything like a grey, different type of greys, like the urban camo.
Yeah. Not just,
Something like that.
not just bright yellow. Because it's a bit daft as well. Because if you, let's say, not that they ever wear bloody helmets or masks or anything, but you go into a shop to rob it or something, or like do a bank heist, and it's like, oh, that's a very distinct bright yellow fluorescent coloured gun.
Well, how do you think Hippo finds out
Yeah.
about the robbery later?
Well, yeah. Well, plus
Straight
they're
away.
not- They're not wearing any masks, are they? But she's got a pink gun as well, Yolandi.
Yeah, little ruses.
Yeah. And at one point, you see, for some reason, a pink clip in his yellow gun. Anyway, they open up the back, everyone gets out, and there's like drugs spilt everywhere.
Yep.
I don't know what's happened here. Do you think they
I
got shot
don't.
up on the way out and all the bags of pills or something?
There's no damage to the van.
Yeah, that's a good
So I
shout.
think they've been driving reckless,
Yeah.
and then these barrels are like tipped over because like look like ecstasy pills or something, wasn't all over. So Hippo goes over to the back, takes the keys off him. Did you notice on his keychain there was like a little miniature M4 as well?
Yeah. a
Spray
yellow one.
painted yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like Call of Duty DLCs. You could get like your little attachments for your gun.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know if it's meant to be anything to do with that or not, but
Maybe it is a
it
nod.
definitely
maybe.
was. But Hippo gets a bit pissed off. He gets all these drugs. He goes, "These are drugs ruins," even though they are in a bag. Right,
Yeah.
bear in mind they're in a bag. There's only like 6 or 7 of them on the floor. What are ruined? And he empties the bag all over the floor. I'm thinking, them drugs are still, sellable. He's just
Well,
like
yeah.
giving them washed down or something. He's still selling them on me. He goes, "You owe me 20 million."
20 million rand, which I had a look, I think is about, back then was probably about $1.2 million.
Oh, was it? Yeah, because I didn't know what their currency is like to ours.
Pretty sure, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, so he wants 20 million. But like, you're right, though. There's still quite a bit of drugs there. And I'm pretty sure, I think people who take them type of drugs are pretty much similar to barn elves, where they'll probably just eat it off the floor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not fussy.
They're probably not fussy, no.
They'll be in a
And
club,
they're not
half
going to know,
pissed.
are they?
Yeah. They've been in a club, half pissed, taking a few pills.
Yeah.
They don't mind.
No. I mean, I imagine if you've just paid however much for a bloody one pill, you accidentally drop it on the floor in the club, you ain't going to be asked about picking it up, wiping it off, and putting it in your mouth.
Not at all.
5-second rule, isn't it?
Yeah. But Hippo doesn't like that, does he?
No, he really doesn't. But yeah, you mentioned before, he sticks a gun right down bloody Ninja's Ninja's throat.
It's a different ring to it, isn't it, Ninja,
Yeah.
than Tudor?
And Tudor, hello Tudor, Watkins Jones.
Yeah.
Hello, hey Mr. Jones. So he shoves it down his throat and then ends up shooting Pitbull, his
Yeah.
mate.
Just kills him.
Yeah.
No reason. No reason.
And then the police arrive.
Pretty cool scene, this one.
It's pretty cool.
It is really cool. I really liked it. So the police helicopters turn up, dropping a mixture of scout robots and humans
Yeah.
to raid Hippo's base. And I really liked the way the robots were walking forward with the guns. You had the humans like the hand on the shoulder,
them
using
out,
the
yeah.
shields. Really, really good. And you've seen it a few times as well, where going between shipping containers and one of the robots jumped off and put its back to the gunfire
Yeah.
to protect the humans.
It is good.
It's really good
the way
how they've done it all. Really liked it.
Because if you did have like robots assisting police in real life, I imagine they would be set up to do exactly the same. Because didn't they almost like have a handle on the back of them as well?
Yeah.
But the funny thing I found the bit I found quite funny was the police, the robots are basically there going, "You are under arrest! You are under arrest!" And all I could think of, you remember that film Mars Attacks from back in the day?
Yeah.
When they're walking around going, "We come in peace, don't move." By the way, you're under arrest.
No wonder everybody was scared of the scouts.
No.
Everybody was shitting it.
I know. The thing is, they seem to be programmed to shoot first, ask questions later. Or
were they using rubber bullets though?
Maybe.
Saying that the humans weren't.
No, the humans weren't. But then again, other than the police that were with them, if the bad guys aren't shooting at the police that are with them and are only shooting at the scouts, then technically there's no risk to human life. So they shouldn't, in my eyes, they shouldn't be using lethal force.
Yeah, technically.
But I never thought, they might be using rubber bullets, because later on in the film they say that they're going to use rubber bullets, don't they?
Yeah.
But even so, rubber bullets can kill a man.
Did you see later on one of the robots in between like a riot crowd? He's using a shotgun to go boom, boom, boom before he drops down.
Maybe he's using like beanbag rounds and stuff.
Could be.
But
however, here's a little bit of a flaw. They're not exactly stocky, these robots.
No.
They're very slim and slender limbs.
Yes.
I wouldn't be standing behind one of them hoping that bullets would hit that instead of me.
I'd rather be stood behind one than not. Unless, I suppose what was happening was they were the ones drawing the fire, weren't they? So the guys were shooting at the robots, not at the men, because I think, obviously, if it was me, I'd fear the robots over the men. If a robot was coming towards me with a gun, I'd be like, oh, I'm shooting that thing first.
Bear in mind, these robots are bulletproof.
Yeah.
Right, they're made of titanium.
Titanium, indestructible.
But
Indian, sorry. 25.
But, right, it's always the classic trope in all these type of films when there's like a huge robot.
Yeah.
Everybody stands there shooting at them. It's like, it's bulletproof. Why are you wasting your ammo I'll be running. Use a high explosive. Use armor piercing rounds, maybe.
Yeah.
Not your normal 9mm or 5.6 or something.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
No.
I'd just, like you say, I'd be just getting the hell out of there. Which
Damn right.
is what Ninja Yolandi and America are trying to do. Except he can't find his freaking keys.
No, because the other guy's dusted.
Yeah, the other guy's
his
dusted
keys.
the keys, which I thought was quite a good little addition to it. They're like, where's the keys? We need the keys, man. Where do you put the keys?
Oh, man, he's got the keys over there.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Accents.
I know.
Not
I
our
warned you
forte.
at the beginning, they're going to be terrible. But then Ninja somehow he does manage to find the keys, and you get that little shot of his little gun on there.
He does.
And then, meanwhile, we quickly cut to Hippo, who's been kind of cornered in a room, decides to fire as the Scout 22 comes through the door, a freaking RPG at him.
Right in the chest.
Yeah.
Boom.
Now, a little bit of trivia I picked up and I left for this scene was when Hippo fires the RPG at 22, he is indoors and there's a wall directly behind him.
Yes.
The backblast from the rocket launch would have incinerated him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I noticed that as well.
Yeah.
Another thing about these robots, by the way, notice like this huge gun shootout happening at the moment.
Yeah.
Don't you think the robots have really crap aim?
Uh,
Considering they're meant to be like AI robots, they're shooting a lot at people, but nobody's getting hit.
suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, suppressing fire.
Suppressing fire.
Basically. But on the way out, America gets hit on the arm as they make their escape.
Now, the reason why I say the shit aim is they're shooting at Ninja, they're shooting at Hippo, they're shooting at America, they're shooting at Yolanda, shooting at the van.
Yeah.
And every single one just get away. No problems.
They've got main character protection, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you first spawn into a video game and you have like 20 seconds when no one can kill you. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, main characters.
Yeah, but America's are just worn off because he's not a main character, he's a side character, so he got hit in a limb.
He does.
So then we head back to the office, unless there's anything.
No,
else you wanna add?
covered
No?
everything. Yeah.
So we head back to the office, and the raid is already on the news for some reason. And
yeah, straight away.
yeah. And this bit annoys me because after last week or whenever it was, 2 weeks ago, when we were talking about the net, and I was going on saying, no one has tannoy systems in their office. That's just completely unrealistic. No place of work has a tannoy system.
Except this.
These have a tannoy system.
So Sigourney does a little announcement on the tannoy.
Did you pick that up as well?
Yeah. we've now ordered another 100 scout robots for the police force. Everybody's celebrating.
Yeah.
And she phones up Vincent. Hi, Vincent. Yeah, we're going to cut your funding, by the way. Dion, good job, mate.
Yeah.
No wonder Vincent has got a grudge against poor Dion.
I know.
It's kind of like, do you know when you get like two kids what are competing to get the love of the mum?
Yeah.
And it's like the mother just gives all the love to one. A little bit like Fred Claus.
Yes. Yeah.
So Santa got all the love, Fred got nothing. It's like Vincent and Dion.
Dion's coming down the chimney like a little bellend. Yeah.
But he's not wanting the attention or anything. She's like, well done, Dion. Everyone's coming over, clapping him, tipping him on the shoulders and stuff like that. So it turns out, is Dion the only one who does all the work for them?
I think so, because no one else in that office seems to do fuck all other than Dion and then Vincent, who for some reason, I don't get why they've got him working on a completely separate project, which even the police say in a little bit is completely overkill for police in a bloody city. Surely that fucking moose thing would be more suited as a military application.
Yes.
So why aren't they targeting it towards the US would buy any of this shit?
Oh, US will have it straight away.
Yeah. So why are they
Flying around
targeting?
everywhere.
Why are they saying we've provided you with all these scouts that you love? Now why don't you buy this stupidly massive, ugly thing that can be controlled by humans? It's like, why you even got in there developing it?
Yes.
But anyway, you're right. She over the tannoy. She congratulates Dion. She picks up the phone to him and says, "Oh, by the way, we're cutting your funding." And he's like, "What?" And she says, "Yeah, you've got another meeting with them next week, but we're going to be cutting your funding by another 15% or something." And it's like, you've already cut it. Like I've only got like £1 to build this bloody thing. But yeah, Vincent ain't
Pretty
happy.
much was.
He's not happy, but I see why. I see why.
Yeah, I can as well, because that's his little baby, isn't it, the moose?
Yeah. You get a quick shot of the workshop where Dion's called over, and we see that 22 is damaged and beyond repair and is sent to be crushed.
Yep, but they want to salvage all the parts they can reuse as well.
Yeah.
Such like your CPU and all that stuff, but they don't really do that because they leave it in.
Yeah. I'll get to that later on, but yeah, it's a bit weird.
Ninja receives a phone call from Hippo, still demanding the 20 million as he's managed to escape the police raid.
Yeah.
And he's even more pissed off now, and he's threatening to come round in 7 days or I'm coming for you.
Yep.
Ninja replies, yeah, no problems, I'll have it in a week. 7 days! Mate, that's a week.
I know.
Do you not know that? Landy comes up with a plan for the guys to do a big heist, make lots of money, pay Hippo off, and not do it anymore afterwards. Boom. They come up with a plan to hijack a cash-in transit van, but first they need to get a TV remote so they can turn off the scout robots.
Yeah.
Get the TV remote, yeah?
So they like electronic candy, so you can. Surely it's got
Fucking Italian.
Well, I'm just not going to do that.
Excuse me, yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Ninja, sir. Hey, I'm walking here. Like, hey, Ninja, I'm walking here. We need the remote. God damn it.
God damn it, man.
God damn it, man. So yeah, she comes up with that stupid plan. What I want to know is like, so she comes up with this plan. I don't think she mentions an armored van, but she says one last hit to get 500 million rand.
Yeah.
Right. But she's just plucked this out of nowhere.
Yes.
So she doesn't know, or
no planning.
There's no planning. You don't see them kind of looking into it to say,
no.
Oh, does anyone know when an armored van's moving with that amount of money?
Somebody makes a phone call later, though, don't they?
Did you make a phone call about when they're trying to source the explosives for the job?
No, somebody rings Ninja.
Oh,
says like tomorrow the van is going to be in transit.
Right. So
they have got something, but they don't show it.
No, they don't. But yeah, she wants the remote anyway. So
you're thinking more of like Ocean's 11 style, there, aren't you?
What do you mean?
Like you want to like pulling out like
I don't want to pulling out plan
over a desk.
It's just she doesn't look like the sharpest tool in the shed.
Oh, you could tell.
And the fact that she just pulls this out of midair, that we need to do one final heist and get 500 million rand, and it's just kind of like, yeah, but where are you getting it from? A bank? Are you getting it from, the armored truck? Is someone going to be walking down the street with it next week? It's like, well, give us a bit more context about where you've heard about this particular movement of money or where this 500 million is. It just seemed to me like she just off the cut. It'd be like me now saying, do you know what we need to solve all our problems? We'll do one heist, 20 million, and you'll go, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
No
'Cause
details.
Every single van drives around with 20 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So if 20 million rand is like, say, 1 point whatever million I said before, so 500 million is going to be a lot. I'm rubbish at maths, but I know it's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
Why would he be moving that amount of money?
You wouldn't know, would you? Too high, especially in that one van.
Especially in pissing Johannesburg
Yeah.
on the day the robots go down.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? If that was me, I'd be like, all the scout robots have gone down. Do you want to, like, do it another day when it's a little bit safer?
Maybe postpone.
Yeah. Everybody's writing 200 yards away from the office. Yeah. Let's not do it today.
So they end up looking up Dion on the internet anyway. They're like, we just need to find the creator. And so they go,
A little bit better.
a little bit better again. So they quickly Google who made the scout robots. Comes up with a nice picture of Dion. Pretty much may as well have just put his home pissing address on there. But anyway,
Pretty much did.
I think he was even wearing the same fucking shirt.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
It was like the picture was taken that day. just as he's leaving the office, let's update the website.
Yeah. Your top button's not done up. You got your tie half down your neck.
Standard uniform. Like, hey, Dion, we told you about that tie, man. It needs to be down, top button open. That's uniform policy, man. Then we get a quick cut to Dion's house, and he lives alone with his little tiny sex robots.
They are pretty cool, them robots.
Yeah, cool, yeah.
But he's very tight on them. He treats them like shit.
Yeah.
It's like, Red Bull! Give me a Red Bull!
Get me a
Okay,
fucking
Mr.
Red Bull.
Dion, sir, I get you Red Bull. Comes back.
He comes in like that. He goes, did you have a nice day? Is me room tidy? Yes, I
He
cleaned your
was
room.
generally like that. What are you talking about? Get over there, clean it.
But we don't condone Red Bull in this place. We're all about the monster.
We're a monster.
Monster, give us a sponsor. But he's working on his AI, stays up till 5 a.m, tanning the Red Bull. He says he's got to write something like 20 terabytes of code or something like that. I'm no coder, but I know a terabyte's a freaking lot. And there's no way you're staying up till 5 a.m. writing that much code.
No, it'll be a while.
But yet, then he manages to get it all neatly packed in. So he cracks the code. He manages to create consciousness that just so happens to fit on a little hard drive.
Yeah, it's just like
where is it? Yeah, just like that, basically. Yeah, so there's
just one of them. Literally
consciousness.
one of them.
Yeah, on conveniently on a DAT file, and small enough to fit on a nice portable device.
Yes,
Human consciousness, everyone, or consciousness in general.
that is right.
Yeah.
And he rushes off to his little factory, stops Scout 22 from getting destroyed. He wants to upload his new file and software onto the robots to try and create real life. And unfortunately, his boss, Sigourney, just shuts it down straight away.
This is probably the worst thing she could probably ever done in the history of that company.
Oh, yes.
He just created AI that is conscious. That is a moneymaker.
Boom. Skyrocketing.
Yes. And because he happens to come in and goes, I'm talking consciousness, it's an intelligence that could make art. We could make a piece of art and it could judge it and it could write poetry and stuff like that. And she goes, you realize that you're pitching poetry and art to a weapons developer.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, well, for fuck's sake, it could design your guns. What I'm getting at is that it's clever.
Yeah. Or you could just send it in behind enemy lines and let it do its work.
Yes.
If you want to go down that route.
Or it could make you a coffee, it could fetch you Red Bull, or it could even tidy your pissing bedroom for you.
Yes.
Right, so if you want, you could put it into a sex robot.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people will be doing that as well.
A lot of people will be doing that, and I feel sorry because imagine being the first conscious being and then some hairless ape comes along and fucks you. I mean, robot therapy is going to be a thing in the future.
It is.
Some of the shit that some people are
It's
going to
really
do.
weird.
What?
Right. Do you know, like, your phone listens to you and stuff?
Yeah.
And your algorithms and whatnot. So, obviously, we've been talking a lot about Chappie, with AI and all this stuff. I was on Facebook, I was flicking through, and it was like a random, like, 5 or 6 videos down after clicking the original video.
Yeah.
And it, shit you not, it was some guy who's created some AI robot, some bird, right? You can take the face off and change it if you want to, like, do
Clean
that.
it.
They can, honestly, and the guy is like, you can do anything you want with it. You can talk to it. You can have conversations. It can be your partner. You can do all this. And talking to it, it's like, oh, how much is it? supposedly it's something like 140 grand or something. It was like top of the range. And even at the end, he goes, yeah, you can even, partner up with it if you wanted to. I was thinking, what's the chances of this like random video just popping up? Going on about some fucking robot.
Probably based
which
on your
is
search
AI.
history, mate.
He was saying like it's all the latest technology of AI. You can do anything you wanted with it. And it was like moving and like doing all this shit.
I understand like for like everyday
Weird.
life, to do your washing or whatever like that. But even so, if someone had brought me to life just to do washing, I'd probably end up killing myself.
To be fair, mate, we've both got robot hoovers.
Yeah, but it's not conscious.
No.
It reminds me of you watch Rick and Morty, don't you? When he creates that little thing at the table and it says, pass me the butter, and it passes the butter and he goes, what is my purpose? And he goes, to pass butter, and he goes, ugh. I imagine there's going to be a lot of that in the future.
True, there will be. There will be.
But not being funny, if I wanted a sex robot
Yep.
and I was going to go out my way to get one, I probably wouldn't want it conscious.
It's like,
that
help,
sounds wrong.
help,
I don't mean
help,
conscious
right?
as in like a knocked out person. I mean like I don't want it to have consciousness
Yes.
because then it might judge me.
Again, you got that new film with Megan Fox where she's a sex robot.
I thought you were joking about that.
No, it's real.
What's it called? Spunk Bucket.
Candy floss.
Candy floss. Sticky.
I've not done that for a while. Common candy floss.
Common candy floss. But no, I don't know why. I should have known. A film about a robot, we would somehow get onto the subject of sex robots. But again,
It's true. It happens.
if you've got 140 grand to spend on a sex robot, right? Then all you have to do is just go onto Instagram or something and say, I've got 140 grand, and you'll get plenty of alive hussies trying to get a bit of that action. They don't care what you look like.
Yeah, it'd be a lot cheaper.
It would be probably a lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, you used to buy a drink or two. You'd be fine.
Yeah.
That's it. Done. Tenner. What? Go out, student night, 50p a drink. Cheap date.
Go into a bar, find the skankiest bird you can find, and show them your bank statement. Sorted.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Right then, back into the film.
So yeah, he rushes into the workshop, tells him to keep him to one side. He's been to see Michelle, or Sigourney as we're calling her. She refuses to let him test it out on one of the scouts, so he goes back to his desk, and what happens to be there? Lovely, one of their motivational pictures you find in the shitty offices, where it says, craft life, don't let life craft you, on the poster. So he goes,
There's a little cat like that.
yeah, little cat. It's always a freaking cat.
It is.
Anyway, so he goes into the workshop and he steals 22. He manages to just, on a whim, go to the workshop, grab 22, pull it out, put it onto a cart, go to where this bulletproof bloody guard key is, open it up, take the guard key, pull up his van to the loading dock, load it up, and just drive off, and no one even goes, excuse me, mate, what are you doing? Were you taking that? Why have you got the guard key? No one notices. Nobody.
They just let him do it. And literally, after going through all of this, like, stealing and trying to steal this robot and stealing the company business, I don't know why I'm saying stealing so many times. Just carried on going with it.
After he stole stealing everything.
Yeah, so after he's done all this, he literally drives 30 seconds before Ninja and his crew come up and hijack him. It's like, literally, what is your look like?
I know. I love that car, though, that Subaru.
Nice, isn't it?
Where they've got it all in like a matte black and all covered.
Oh, that Skyline later.
Oh, that GTR. Yeah.
Nice, that.
Oh, yeah. I'm envious of Chappie for that, yeah.
You gangster bitch, yeah?
I'm a gangster. I'm a pimp, daddy. I'm a pimp. Oh, fucking, yeah. That's my favourite car in the whole world, you know.
That's lovely, isn't it?
So while all this is going on and he's being carjacked, Vince is giving his presentation to the police force.
Yeah.
Now, I get the impression that the police are only there for the free food.
Definitely.
Because they're literally just sat there eating the lunch, stuff in the face while Vince is trying to do this presentation. Also, why is Vince always armed around the office? I don't get that. He's always carrying a handgun.
South Africa.
Weird. See, I had to look into
look at Dion, for an example. He's left the office with like a couple of £1 million worth of equipment and got hijacked within 30 seconds. If it was Vincent, he would have shot him.
Yeah.
Could have been a different film.
I suppose. Maybe they left him alone because he'd gone, oh, mullet twinsies.
True.
One thing I must say that I mustn't forget about this film that I wanted to really bring up and really wanted to give this film props for. At least with this film, the Indian creator was actually an Indian person.
True.
Unlike Short Circuit and Johnny Five is alive.
Bit of blackface.
Yeah. So if you've ever seen Short Circuit as a kid and you love that film, the creator in it, the one who goes, Johnny Five, you're alive, and he's
Yeah,
playing
Johnny
an
Five.
Indian guy, is actually a white guy
Yes.
in brown face.
I told you about that, didn't I, when I
You told
started
me
doing
about
it.
it.
It was like, literally, it took you 30 years to realise.
Yeah, I didn't realise. It was because we were doing a previous podcast on Super Mario Brothers,
Yep.
and the guy who plays the scientist in there was in that film, and
Yep.
you were like, he was in Short Circuit, and like, who did he play? Like Johnny Five or something? No, the Indian fella. I know.
No, they wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't have the cheek. Turns out they did.
Yeah, they did. And nobody noticed for 20 years.
So we'll find out if in 20 years' time we're watching another film and I'm like, oh, that white guy there was brilliant. He goes, yeah, that's Dev Patel.
Yeah.
You're like, no, he can't be.
Yeah. Probably would do, mate. Probably would do.
But anyway, so he's right when he's doing this prototype of the moose, right? Written all around on the walls and everything is Moose Prototype 475. I think every time they develop a new prototype, they have to get the painters in to change the lettering.
I mean, has he failed that many times?
That's what it says. Prototype 475. It's got it on banners in there.
You'd
It's
give up
literally
after 10.
painted. You would.
That fucking carry on 420.
475.
Don't wonder his funding's been cut. It's like, Vincent, yeah? Do you know you've done 475 of these fucking robots?
To be fair, right, I was more concerned about the painters having to come in and change the numbers. I never thought that he's been through 475 of these pissing things.
Yeah. No, not exactly small.
And then to add insult to injury, the fucker paints it on the wall.
Yeah.
So Sigourney comes in like that and she's like, oh, fucking hell, I forgot it was 475. Oh, Jesus.
It's like,
why? Why is it written on the wall?
Just a reminder.
All I'm hoping is like the class every prototype that they develop in the company is like all the scouts and everything, they put it all together. And we're not at number 475 for that moose.
Or it could be some like coding or something.
Maybe.
Like, no.
But again, you've painted it on the pissing wall. So
That's a good point, no, mate.
the policemen are there and they're like eating the burgers and they're dripping food everywhere and they're
They
just,
just
like,
don't take him on, do they?
no, they're just like, and then he goes, yeah, so we can take ground, air, and sea targets, and he goes, fuck you mean, eh?
We're looking after like low crime people,
Yeah.
muggers, hijackers, maybe a killer, not fucking aircraft.
I know. What, you expecting an F-16 to fly over with bloody ninja in it, like doing his rapping?
You drive by,
Yeah, doing a drive-by.
dropping it.
Yeah. But yes, but he even says, he even mentions that it has high-precision warheads.
Yes.
For what purpose?
Well, it's like later on, we see him using a fucking cluster bomb.
Yes, which
Why?
I'm pretty sure under the Geneva Convention are illegal.
Illegal.
Even in warfare, they're illegal.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they are. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments.
I think they are.
But I'm sure there was a load of shit years ago, a few years back in Syria, when I think the Russians or the Syrians allegedly had used a cluster bomb on a civilian population. I remember saying they're against some kind of convention somewhere. I'm not sure if it's a Geneva one. But yeah, in
believe they
warfare, because they're not precision. They're just, as the word suggests, a cluster of bombs.
Exactly. Everywhere.
And he uses it on a civilian population.
And Vincent's idea is to use it on someone who's robbing a handbag.
Yeah. My handbag. Cluster bomb.
The whole neighbourhood just blew up.
Is this your handbag? It's all in pieces.
The guy's hand attached to it.
The other thing as well, right, is that I think he says to the police officer, because he's all against like the AI, the robots being out there on their own, uncontrolled by humans, and he says something like it'll be controlled by a human mind who can consciously and kind of empathetically make decisions on behalf of the police and so on, trying to big up the humans. Yeah, the first time it's tested in the field is him, and he goes absolutely freaking insane with power later on.
He
and
does.
it's like
fully insane.
Yes.
He loses his shit, proper
He
like a little
loses-
kid.
It's, but anyway, Vince is
gets that
massively
later.
pissed off, and he's, guy carries a bloody handgun around the office.
Goes to the bathroom, like say, loses his shit in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
Did you see a little sign on the side saying Vincent's?
No?
Yeah, he was literally saying like,
Has his own sink or something?
yeah. So he has a sink in the middle, and there's loads of like deodorants and everything, but it's like a public sink.
Yeah.
It's like as if like your workplace
Like
sink.
the communal office toilets. Yeah.
And there's like 3 sinks, one in the middle. It says like Vincent stuff, keep off. And it's like hair gel and deodorants and everything next to
Got to
him.
keep that mullet, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He looks like he's not slept for like a week.
I know.
He has bad bags in his eyes. I reckon he's stressed out because of the film.
Probably.
It's like, what the fuck am I doing here?
I know. How have I signed on for this? Why have they convinced me to grow a mullet?
Yeah. And to make him look more Australian, he was carrying a rugby ball constantly.
Yeah. Whenever he's at his desk, he's like that with a rugby ball, isn't
Like, what do Australians do? Rugby.
Rugby, yeah. I'm surprised he didn't whack out the cricket.
I
He's like,
was
oh, you
about
might
to
have
say
used me with an Indian person as
A
well,
little
and we've already
cricket
got one of them. Oh,
That's why he doesn't like him.
maybe.
I
Beats
mean,
him
'cause
in the
India
cricket.
always beating Australia
Yeah.
in the test match.
So, yeah, so we're at Ninja's base, and they bring out Dion, and they start bashing him about, and they're asking about the remote.
Bashing him. They're about to kill him.
I know.
Literally pulled a gun to his head, shot right next to him, and he was about to shoot his head, but Yolandi pushed him out the way.
Oh, no, that's later on when they're...
Then as well.
Oh, did they do it then as well?
Not messing about, Ninja.
But then apparently the robots are always on, except for number 22, randomly. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it was going to be scrapped.
Well, yeah.
It was literally in pieces.
Yeah, so they check the back of his van, and they find his little number 22, which, surprise, is going to become Chappie. So they basically decide to change plan, and they say, well, you fix this robot for him. And he goes, you know what? I want to test my AI out on him. And he's like, I can make one for you, but he's gonna need training. He's gonna need teaching. He's gonna basically just be like a toddler. He'll be like human intelligence, but slightly smarter. And you're gonna have to teach him from scratch. And they're like, yeah, whatever. So they bring the one out of the van, and he uploads the consciousness to it.
Yeah.
And then we learn that the battery in him was damaged and it can't be charged. It'll only last about 5 days. And for some reason, he designed the robots where you can't change the battery. I mean, who designed this? Fucking Apple.
Well, yeah.
Basically.
You're stuck in their little ecosystem, aren't
Yeah, you are. So
And
it's fused to the chassis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uses chassis. Really, really bad design. No like USB-C port or anything up its backside to
No.
charge it.
I know.
Anything.
So how did he charge usually? Is he just like solar powered or something?
No, I think they just bin them.
Surely not.
Yeah,
No,
every
they must
5
be able to
days.
charge them somehow. Because you say
Supposedly not.
the battery's damaged, it can't be charged. But you'd think that, like, for ease, let's say one comes in, it's low on battery. If you haven't got time to charge it, you could just quickly switch them out.
You
send it
think
back
so?
out. You would think so.
Or a little solar panel on the shoulders or something, like
Yeah.
you say. But no,
Design
no.
flaw, that, isn't it?
But in the words of Ninja, though, he's like an indestructible robot gangster #1, son.
Yeah. I love how when he he turns him on and he goes and hides because he's
That's
scared.
so
So
good.
they get him on and he's like scared
So
of someone.
good.
And he goes, Ninja's trying to entice him, and he's going, come on. Throws a hissy fit, and he goes, you gave me a retarded robot.
The thing is, Dion said to him, look, it's going to be like a little kid. It's going to be scared. It's a little bit scattish at first. We're holding frigging guns and...
Oh, yeah, the whole time America's in the background holding a bloody AK at his head or something.
He's got an AK. She's got bloody Uzis. Ninja's got a shotgun. It's like, no, we're the bloody thing scared. It's like you're putting guns at it as soon as it opens its eyes.
Hannah made a good point, though.
Yes.
Right, so if this is like a brand new consciousness come to life, it's going to be like a baby. It needs to be taught and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
So she went a bit far. She was saying, how come they don't have to teach you how to walk and all stuff like that? So let's just say the basic program allows it to walk, right? But why would it have any fear whatsoever about any of them and the guns or anything like that? Why would it hide away?
Because it now has empathy. It's part of being the conscience, isn't it?
I get that, but why if it's literally just become conscious and it has no I'm assuming then that it would have no concept of fear or anything like that. It has to learn it. It has to learn what a gun is. It has to learn what humans are. Why would it suddenly be? Why would it be scared?
Because he says later on, doesn't he? He feels not like senses and like touch and whatnot, but it feels like emotionally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that, but I just don't get why, without any context, that it would just suddenly be scared and go and hide away. How does it know where it goes and hides behind them boxes? He wouldn't even have a concept of what a box was, so how would he know even that was going to be safe? Or
I think it's more of like hiding out of direct view.
Yeah.
Instead of it being like a box or something which might be harder material. It's more of like getting it out of eyesight.
Maybe.
Like toddlers like close their eyes and go, if I can't see you, you can't see me.
Yeah. I suppose. I'm just going to have to assume that there's some kind of basic programming in it.
Gotta be.
But it doesn't know English yet, but Yolandi manages to entice him out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he picks up on Dion's got one of them old style kind of calculator watches on, and he's like, he's looking at it, and he goes to press it, and what have you, and then Dion goes, it's a watch, and then he repeats the word watch, so he gives him his watch.
Runs off, gets a little rubber chicken.
Why does he have a rubber chicken in his glove box?
Really random, because he doesn't have a dog.
Even so, I have a dog, and I don't have a rubber chicken in my
but it's
glove
like
box.
a dog toy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like going
Yeah.
That's a good impression, that.
Yeah.
I can't do a South African, but I could do a chicken.
You can do a rubber chicken.
I can, mate. I can. But to be fair, Yolandi as well, she takes on the mother role really well.
She does. She does.
She
Got
does
to give her
good at
credit
that.
with it. But then she says, "Oh, he's such a happy chappy. That's why we call you Chappie." And Dion's like, "No. I wanted to know." Oh, his name's
Me Chappie.
Me Chappie. But Ninja's not happy. Kicks Dion out. And Dion's like, "The guard key. I've not got that. I've not took the guard key." And they're like, "Get out of here! Come on!" Why would they let him go?
Yes, I put this on my note. Are they forgetting they just hijacked and kidnapped Dion?
Yeah,
and they just let him drive away from their little hideout?
exactly.
If you go let him go, put a bag over his head, drive him 20 miles away, and then off you go, mate. But nope, to go, see you later, mate. Here's our front door. This is where we live. This is a big abandoned warehouse here. It's in the middle of part construction. This is where we live.
Because I was thinking before they did let him go, before he did that, he said, Dion says, look, I'm going to have to come back and train him and so on. And all I was thinking was, that's a bit presumptuous that they're even going to let you go, let alone let you come back to train the freaking thing.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, they could have just chained him up in the room.
Yeah.
And then put him at gunpoint saying,
that probably would have been more realistic because from their point of view, they've just, like you say, they've kidnapped him, they've held him at gunpoint, they've, for all they know that he was moving that robot legitimately, they've just set him up. They've just forced him to set them up one of these police robots that no one should have other than the police, right?
At gunpoint.
At gunpoint, you know exactly where they are. Aren't they worried, that he's just going to go away and call the police and say and tell them what happened, basically?
No,
they've got one of your police robots.
To be fair, Ninja kind of calls his bluff later on, doesn't he? Because Dion turns around and says, right, so I'm going to phone the police. He turns around and goes, what, you got to tell the police that you've stolen a police robot? He goes, actually.
He does, yeah, but that is a bit later down the line, but it's, yeah.
I think he just called his bluff.
Maybe. So then we're back at Tetraval. We have a quick cut back to there, and Vincent goes looking for the guard key and sees that it's missing.
And there's no security looking after it.
There's literally no security, no.
He can just walk out and grab it.
And then he logs into the system and he sees that the guard key is currently installed in Scout 22. So he's a bit like, that's peculiar. 22, eh? And then we're back with Chappie, and it's the next morning, and Chappie's checking out the place, and he looks in the fridge, sees a carton of milk, pours it on the floor, scares him, and then starts watching He-Man.
Yes.
Masters of the Universe!
Oh, that brought back some memories, especially Dolph. Dolph Lundgren. Oh, what a great He-Man he was.
Oh, no.
Proper
Nothing beats the cartoon, though.
Yeah, still a little bit dodgy, the cartoon, when you look back on it now.
Oh, yeah.
To which Ninja is not impressed and shows him how to shoot a gun.
Yes.
But first, he needs to learn how to hold a gun himself. Because Ninja is like, no, Chappie, hold the gun in your tippets.
Yeah.
Side on. It's like,
Hold
no.
it right.
You don't hold a gun like that, Ninja. You don't hold a gun side on.
To be fair, right, his lesson was absolutely terrible because he goes, you get the gun and let's say I want to shoot the blue bottle. I pointed at the blue bottle and I shoot. I want to, I don't know, I'm doing the accent again.
He's got auto aim.
Yeah, he has. And he goes, I want to shoot the pink bottle. Shoots the pink bottle. Now, he's a really good marksman. Like you say, he's got auto aim on.
Yes. It's like saying he holds it above his head.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oi," and it shoots it straight away. No problems. Every single bullet.
But then Chappie like goes, shoots it, drops it, and I love Ninja's reaction when he goes, "Oh, you don't drop my gun! You messed up the sights. It's really expensive, Chappie." And then Yolandi comes out and goes, "What are you doing? He's just a child." And I'm just thinking, what do you think they got this robot for?
Yes, it's because like she's like an overprotective mother, and he just wants it to be like some badass robot to kill everyone.
Robot gangster number one.
Oh, it made me laugh though because they have a little bit of a fallout. And Ninja goes off to do the job by himself, so they could try and buy the explosives needed for the heist.
Yeah.
He turns around and goes, "Go and do your nails and play hide and seek with your titanium baby."
Is that what he says?
Yeah, it's quite good.
So he fucks off, and then back at Tetraval, Dion's looking up babies on the internet, and then Vince comes over and catches him and goes, "Oh, you having a baby, lad?"
Hey, having a baby? What's going on?
Yeah.
Pretty aggressive when he was doing it.
Mate, Jesus Christ! So Vince comes over, and starts questioning him about like different things, and then invites him to the gym. "Oh, you need to come and work out with me. You won't." He goes, "By the way, where's the guard key?" And he goes, "No, you can't have it. You know the protocol, Vince. You know you can't just be giving out the guard key." And he's like, Vince holds him down, puts a gun to his face in the middle of the office.
Right in the middle of the office. Nobody's phased.
No.
Nobody's saying to him, "Yeah, Vincent, do you mind not doing that right in the middle of the office?"
Yeah.
Nobody does anything. Literally holds the gun to his head. He's like, give me that key now. He's like, "No." He presses the trigger. He goes,
yeah.
Like, it's a joke. It's a joke, everybody.
I've got
It's
no
not-
bullets.
No bullets in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't carry
It's a
bullets
joke.
around the office. Why even carry the gun then?
Yes.
Why even carry? If you're not even going to put bullets in it around the office, not that I'm saying you should, but why would you even keep it on you?
What if there's one in the chamber?
I know.
By mistake. He's like, "Yeah, it's none in the clip." "Oh, sorry, mate."
Yeah, oh,
Sorry.
shit, sorry.
You got a bullet hole in your cheek now.
I know.
It just shows what a dickhead he is.
He is an absolute dick. Because while he's got the gun there, he's going, your stupid robots have drained all my funding, and I want that bloody guard key. And like, surely that is a fireable offence. Why does Vince now still work there?
Yes, slightly.
Just slightly, yeah.
Yes, slightly.
Just slightly. Only slightly. Mate.
When you start breaking it down like that, you're like, yeah, maybe HR might have something to say about this.
Maybe if Dion had just got off his ass, gone to HR and said, that psychopath has just held, literally, even just pushing your face down to the desk and doing that to you, let alone then taking out a freaking gun, sticking it to your head, and then pulling the trigger like a mock execution.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some CIA level black site shit, that.
Yeah, Sigourney's like, he's got the moose though.
Yeah.
Mm.
We work for a weapons company. What do you want me to do? Say weapons are bad? If he can't carry a gun around this office, what do we even stand for?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
Jesus.
look at you, Dion. Hey, you got your scout robots walking around.
I know.
What do you want us to do?
To be fair, I wouldn't mess with a guy that has a bunch of bloody scout police robots.
Especially when you
Basically
can
at his
program them.
disposal if you needed.
Yeah, you can program them quite easily, couldn't you?
Maybe watch your back.
Yeah. So Dion goes out in his car to try and go to Ninja to try and have a look at a little bit of Chappie. And Vincent decides to follow him.
Doing a bit of sneaking and peeping, innit?
Sneaking and peeping, mate. And Yolandi's teaching Chappie how to talk, and he starts copying everything to say. So this is another good scene as well. So, like, Chappie is the smartest, baddest mother in Joburg. Brushes from across his nose like that.
Yeah.
Just copying everything what America's saying at this point.
I love the fist pump.
Oh, it's really good.
So America sticks his hand out to give him a fist pump, and Chappie goes, and he goes, "Oh, fucking hell."
It broke his hand.
Nearly broke his hand, yeah. But yeah, he's acting proper gangster, and then Vince pulls over and goes creeping and peeping with his binoculars. And then Dion walks in with a bloody laundry basket full of stuff to teach Chappie.
As if he's still a little toddler, though.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know it. He's now evolved a little bit now. So he's more of it's like a 7 or 8 year old or something, isn't it? Mentality wise.
So he's basically just become a toddler ninja.
Oh, Dion leans over and goes, "Hello, Chappie," like a little baby, and he replies back, "Hey, what up, motherfucker? How's shit?" He's like, "Who's taught you this?
Frick have you been teaching?" And he goes, "Have some respect for me, Chappie. I'm your maker."
Understandably, he's a little bit unpleased
But then,
what they taught him.
I tell you what, Dion has some fucking balls on him.
He does.
He has
does.
some giant cojones. I'm surprised that guy can walk, because he turns around to America, who's there, like, basically cutting up drugs or whatever. He says, "Can I have some alone time with Chappie? And, can you go and count your drugs somewhere else?" And he's like, "Oh, so you've just walked into these gangsters' lair.
Yep.
They see your robot. Yesterday, they literally carjacked you and took you there by gunpoint, and now you're walking in asking him to leave his own room so we can have time with your bloody sex robot."
Yeah. And he kicks off a little bit, doesn't he, American? He's like, "You tell me what to do in my own house." Like, no, I apologise. I mean to do that, but...
Yeah, because even in front of him, he keeps saying to Chappie, "You don't want to be like these lowlives here. You don't want to be like these horrible criminals." And they're like, "Dude, we're right here." Jesus Christ.
Literally, Yolanda's like, "What you trying to do?"
I know.
What you trying to say?
But he makes Chappie promise that he won't commit any crimes. Anyway, and then he gives Chappie the book about the black sheep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Teaches him how to do painting. To go out into the back, and there's like a car which is there. And the painting's a little bit like a photocopy, isn't it? The way the printers work.
I was going to say, is it classed as painting or is it printing?
More printing, isn't it?
Because he's like,
they're quick.
And then
Vincent looks through his binoculars, sees sneaking and peeping in the background, gets even more pissed off now because Dion has made a walking photocopier.
Basically, a conscious walking photocopier.
That's it.
What is my purpose? Photocopying. Oh. but then he's like, "Oh my God, what in the godless hell?" Because then you start getting the impression that I think the main reason that Vince doesn't like Chappie in his consciousness is because I'm thinking that maybe he's like kind of a God-fearing man. And it's like he's an abomination to God because he says that a few times.
He does actually. Yeah. I think you're right there, actually.
Yeah. And
then that, and obviously with his funding being cut and his whole life's work gone down the drain because Chappie.
Well, there is that. If he was in America, he'd be a redneck, wouldn't
he? Yeah, smart redneck.
Gun-toting. Well, he is gun-toting, mullet-wearing.
I was about to say he's got the haircut.
He's got the haircut.
Yeah,
he's definitely
really
got the haircut
for it.
And then Ninja comes back in his Subaru and starts battering Dion. Yep. And again, like you mentioned, he goes to shoot him. And I couldn't tell whether he was actually about to shoot Dion or the gun only went off because Yolandi pushed him.
Oh, I think he was going to shoot him.
No, because like later on, because although he acts tough, he's a bit of a softie, really, isn't he?
Yeah, it changes a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably from this point, actually.
Yeah.
Because he takes America and... This is where he gets the tip off now of about 600 million. So they take Chappie for a drive and show him what the real world is like. Say, "Come on, Chappie, come have a look with us in the van."
When Dion drives off, he goes off in a hissy fit. And he's like, I'm just thinking again, why are you letting him go? Like, he's driving back to, as he pulls up in his van, he goes, "Don't be like these people, Chappie. Don't be like them. They're horrible people."
They're retards.
Don't be like that. Yeah, don't be like that. And they're all there like, "What the fuck, man?"
Chappie gets in the car. He's like, "Bye-bye, mummy. Chappie's in the car."
Chappie in the car.
Quite good.
And then as they're driving along, he sees the sign for the internet, and he goes, "What's the internet, Daddy?"
Yeah, what's the internet?
What's the internet,
I want to know what the internet is. And they pull up to a homeless camp on the outskirts of the city.
Yeah.
And it's really tight as well. You feel for Chappie, don't you? It's quite sad as well, because they leave him to this like little gang. They drive off. And I think Ninja, what they wanted to do is basically leave him there and he's going to make his own way back.
Yeah, because Chappie says that he's got GPS. I literally labelled this bit on my notes as the sad bit.
Sad bit.
It touched me.
It really was.
It kind of reminds me of them films when it's like they take an animal into the wildlife and it's like, go on, boy, go, just go. But in fact, they take him to a bunch of homeless vagrants and leave him there, and they think he's a police officer, obviously. They think he's a police robot, and they start throwing shit at him.
Yep, smash him up with bricks, lead pipe.
Like when he drives off, he goes, Daddy, don't leave me here. I want to get in the car, Daddy. Daddy, please, I want to get in the car. No. And then when they're all throwing stuff at him, he's like, why you do this? Why you do this?
Yeah. And they're taking a mick out of him. Then they've been burning him as well, don't we?
Throw
Like
him
a
a
petrol
Molotov
bomb.
bloody cocktail at him.
Here's one for you.
What?
I thought these robots were meant to be indestructible.
Yeah.
And Chappie gets taken down like a sack of potatoes when he gets hit with a metal bar.
Mm.
Surely, somebody comes up behind it, hits it, he'll be going, what's that? But no, he falls to the floor and starts like doing like a fetal position.
Starts cowering, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit sad, though. They beat the shit out of him, throw a Molotov at him. Chappie manages to run off.
Like I say, you do get a good connection with him.
Yeah.
They've done really well. For it not being a human, normally it would be like a human character that you get like a little bit of
Emotional
a connection
attachment
with.
to,
Yeah. But this was like a robot, and it's like, fair play, director, you're doing bloody great.
You did.
Really, really good.
We get a quick cut to Dion, and he goes home and he gets a call from work basically saying, "You're right, mate, we noticed the guard key's gone, and you were the last one to check it out."
Have you had Scouse?
Eh?
Scouse.
I don't know. You're right there, lad. We noticed the guard key's gone. Now, if you don't bring it back soon, we're going to come round and break your legs, aren't we?
Literally, they say to him, you got to the end of the day before we report it.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
What?
I know. It's like, you not notice it's been missing for like 3 days or something.
Surely this chip is like a multi-million £1.
Yeah. It's
And there's no
literally
spare.
the only way to update or add any other software into the Scout robots is this tiny little thing. Someone took it 3 days ago. They've only just noticed now.
Yeah.
They're going, oh shit, we better
No
check
chip.
we took that.
No business.
Exactly. Anyway, so they're like, yeah, I think a lot more emphasis should have been put on the fact that, you know, he still had the guard chip in him.
Yeah, because nothing gets mentioned whatsoever.
No.
And he actually turns up, like, say, 2 or 3 times, Dion, after saying about the chip still in him, he doesn't try and take it out.
No.
He just leaves it.
First thing I would have done is gone, just before I do anything, I just need to do this and take the guard key out.
Yeah.
First time I would have arrived.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not going, here's a paintbrush, here's a book.
Yeah.
Well, like, yeah, I'll take that chip out, yeah.
Yeah. You would though, wouldn't you?
Yes,
It'd be literally priority number 1.
Meanwhile, Vincent is hunting down Chappie using his built-in GPS tracker. So, why didn't Dion remove the tracker since he stole him from the factory?
That is a good point. And I was thinking that at the end as well. It's like, are they still going to be able to track Chappie wherever he goes? But we'll come to that later on. But yeah, he's Chappie's working his way back home. Vince is tracking him. He stops for a rest on a bench for some reason. Not sure why he needs a rest. He's a pissing robot.
Pat's a dog.
Yeah, Pat's a dog. And then Vince and his guys go after him. Now, this is the question that I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Yolandi's idea in the beginning was to get a remote to turn the robots off, yet somehow Vince now has one.
True. It looks like
Battering rams.
Yeah, like a battering ram from what the police use.
Yeah.
It looks like one of them, but it ejects like a sonar of some sort, or some sound waves, and it just drops him straight away.
He pointed to him, poof, and he basically just falls and turns off. And it's like, isn't that what Yolandi wanted and then was told didn't exist? Yeah, he's got one.
Yes. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
So, I'm not sure if that's a bit of a plot hole or...
This is another bit as well, isn't it, where you feel really tight on him.
Yeah.
You feel so sorry for him because he's screaming on the floor and they're holding him down with his foot, gets an angle grinder, grinds his arm off, and he's that scream. He's going, no, it hurts, no. You're like, oh.
Even to the point, like,
Chappie.
you can kind of see, like, the oil on the floor, and it kind of represents blood coming off. But the other question I had was, why are they driving around in a giant freaking HGV? Surely a van would have done.
Yeah, true.
I mean, if you're going looking for someone, the last thing you probably want to do is take a HGV, because that's, good for around city and towns and stuff, innit?
Yeah, or burnt out encampments.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, it's really sad. And then they pull his CPU out the back of his head and get the guard key out, leave it open. But then Chappie manages to escape out the back of the truck.
Just as they're about to grind his head off.
Just about to grind shit out of him, yeah. But I love as well, he barges out the back and they run off. And then in the middle of nowhere, they don't know where they are or anything like that. The guys just start opening fire with assault rifles. And it's like, all right then.
Again, shooting at a metal robot.
Yeah.
Well, let's not go do anything, mate.
No.
Yolanda's wearing 3 watches for some reason.
God, I didn't notice. They're just so weird. What's with a haircut? Sorry, I just spat here. What's with a haircut?
It's what they do normally.
It looks like she cut her own hair with her eyes closed in the dark with a butter knife.
Yeah, and bleached her eyebrows and her eyelashes are all bleached as well.
It's just weird.
Like an albino hamster. With a little bit of a shaved head.
The head, though, the way the hair's in, and it's like a perfect like fringe, and then she's got normal long hair. It's just you look like you belong on a psych ward.
Yes,
she does. If I looked at her, I'd be like, that's a mental patient.
But as I said to you off camera, if you Google them, that is their normal style.
Oh, I know.
That's how she dresses normally. It's not just for the film.
Same with Ninja, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a wardrobe choice for the film. They've literally worn their own clothes and hair to set.
Yep. It's literally like when you see Mad Max.
Yeah.
Then people are wardrobe designed to look like Mad Max. This is just them. This is what they normally look like.
Because that's it. Because basically, they're playing a fictionalized version of themselves, basically, aren't they?
Pretty much.
Yeah. But anyway, so he gets back, and Yolanda's like, "Oh my God, she really isn't happy that they've done this to him. He's just a child." And then he's against the wall, and he's like, "Mummy, they hurt me, Mummy."
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, man in the van, Mummy, really hurt me.
Man in the van.
They burned me when I said no."
Yeah, and then they give Chappie a new arm.
Yeah,
luckily it's just plug and play.
Yeah, luckily it's like done.
And they tell Chappie that he's indestructible.
Yeah, again, this scene Yolanda does really well.
Yeah, she does.
She does it really, really well. Like the mothering role, and you feel like there's a connection there.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
She's
really good.
She does play it really well, considering that she's not an actor.
Yeah, really surprised, to be honest with you.
It surprised me.
Same with Ninja. I feel sometimes though, with like Yolanda and Ninja, it's pretty much. I don't think they had scripted lines. I think the director just said to him, "Right, okay.
What would you do in this situation?
What would you do, Ninja? In this situation, here's the scenario. You play it how you would."
Yeah.
I think that's what it was like.
Actually, if that was the case, and either way, whether it was scripted or not, they both did a good job considering. But they tell Chappie he's indestructible, and then we get a cut to Yolanda's in bed with him, reading in the Black Sheep. Oh, that was quite sweet.
This is what I mean, yeah. It's just dead sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, she tells Chappie that the soul goes to the next place when they die.
Mm.
All right.
Sad.
Dion goes to buy a gun.
Yep. Getting fed up now with everybody pulling guns on him.
Yeah, so he's like, it's about time I get one.
Yep. Chappie's playing with a blonde doll, cutting its hair so it could be more like Mummy.
Yeah.
And talking to himself as if like it's Mummy speaking to him and that. It's dead cute, isn't it? It's like a little kid, like an 8-year-old or something.
Robot Gangster #1.
Yep. And then Ninja comes over with a shotgun and takes the doll away from him. Now Ninja is showing him how to walk, how to be cool as a gangster with his hands on his hip. Ninja laughs at Chappie. He turns around and goes, "Don't laugh, I'm being cool." It's quite a good little
You
line.
gotta be like Daddy. You gotta be cool like Daddy. Because he apologizes to Chappie now and says, "Look, I'll be your daddy. I'll be your daddy. I'm sorry. I didn't know he was gonna be like that. I didn't know that was gonna happen. You're Robot Gangster #1."
Yeah, he starts taking him underneath his wing now, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he's like, "I'll be Chappie's daddy moving forward." But yeah, but then he's talking about shooting people. He's like, "No, Chappie don't shoot anyone. No, Baker says Chappie good."
This is my favourite scene.
And then he's like, "Do you want? We need you to do the heist." And he's like, "I can't do heist. Heist's a crime."
Oh, wait a minute. You don't have to use a gun, no, Chappie.
Yeah.
If you get this knife, what you can do, you can stab it into people and it'll put them to sleep. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
And it cracked me on. I said, Chappie grabs the knife and goes, Goes to Ninja, starts swinging out. You got to sleep. You got to sleep. Like, no. Daddy's not tired. I've already slept.
It's like, no, Daddy's not tired. No.
She goes, cha. Fucking quality.
Go to sleep now. Go to sleep.
Like, whoa, get away.
And then they give him little ninja stars as well and nunchucks, and he's doing all them.
Yep, Antwoord music in the background.
Yeah. And then they spray him up.
Yeah.
They give him some gold
Bling.
chains, as you can see on the background there. And then then they tell Chappie that someone's taken Daddy's car.
Yeah, someone's stolen it.
This is amazing. So they pull up and they're like, someone's stolen Daddy's car. We need to get it back. And he's like, oh, I'll get it back for you, Daddy. I'll get it back for you. And they say, all you need to do is go over with the gun. He goes, no gun. He goes, no, just stick it in the face and you don't have to shoot them, but just scare them and tell them they've been a bad boy and not to do it again. So he goes, okay, I'll go get Daddy's car. He's getting really worked up and he drops the gun, picks up a giant wrench, walks over and goes, you took Daddy's car, and starts smashing shit out of the car, rips the door off the car.
Why you steal Daddy's car? Why you steal?
You've been a bad boy. Pulls him out of the seat, chucks him across the road. And then he comes back and he's like, how'd I do, Daddy? And he goes, no, Chappie, I wanted to keep the car. And he's like, oh, sorry.
And the second one runs over. He goes, slut, get out.
Get out.
Why you steal Daddy's car, slut? Don't steal people's things.
Is this Daddy's bag? You don't steal Daddy's things.
And then the third one, which is that beautiful skyline. He goes, I'm a pimp, Daddy.
When he literally throws a chicken onto the road, doesn't it? He throws the rubber chicken onto the road, the car stops, he runs out like that.
He goes like, don't be drinking, you alcoholic. You're a bad guy. No alcoholic.
No alcohol. You steal Daddy's car to pay for alcohol. No alcohol. You're bad. And the guy, because everyone up to this point thinks it's the police. And he's like, no, officer, I've not been drinking. He's like, you're a bad guy. Well, yeah, when he goes past in the skyline and he's got his hand out, he's like, I'm a pimp, Daddy. I'm a pimp.
That honestly cracked me up.
Oh, just that little
I had to
montage.
watch it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious.
So funny. It's like that woman, she's like, oh, hello, officer, trying to flirt with him.
I know, that was weird as well. That was weird. Oh, hi, officer. And my blouse open. Like, get out, slut!
Honestly, guys, right, you got to go see this.
Yeah.
Especially just look at that scene. Just that scene.
Yeah.
Oh. So now we're over at the Vodafone Tower.
Yeah.
And the gang king who runs the whole of like Johannesburg. And they'll run off straight away as soon as they see Chappie because they think it's like the police.
Yeah.
The
ninja fighting, aren't they?
Yeah, ninja wearing a ninja t-shirt with his own face on it.
Yeah.
Tells Chappie to wait downstairs while he goes speak to the king. Then Chappie sees a dead dog on the ground, starts feeling a little bit more emotions for it. He's like stroking it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And again, it's like it's getting a good little connection built with the robot basically.
Yeah.
That he's learning about it.
Yeah. And then
ninja.
Chappie says, I want to see the king. And he says, oh, no, if you don't do the heist, you can't come and see the king. And he's like, oh, I'll wait here then. I'll wait here and keep guard.
Ninja, though, to be fair, I think he done really, really good in this because he comes back, doesn't he, from getting his stuff and stolen PlayStations. And he starts giving a speech about being like a dog-eat-dog world. You got to fight for your survival. And he says, like, do you want to be this dog or do you want to be that dog? But his little speech that he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
It was really good. Because this is where Ninja says to him as well. It's like, and he says, no, my maker said I need to do blah, blah, blah. And he says, well, what's that on your chest? And he's got like a battery level. And he goes, my battery meter. And he goes, yeah, but it's going to run out. You can't be charged. And he's like, why would my maker create me to die? And he goes, well, if we do the heist, I can get you the money to get a new body. And he goes, okay, we do the heist and Chappie get a new body. And it's like, you lying little fuck.
Yeah.
But I love when they go up to see the king, though. They walk in and they check, they ring up and they say the car's all around the back. And they're like, yeah. And then they bring the explosives out and he goes, give us all them as well. And there's just like a fucking stack of about 10 PS4s.
Yeah. You just see him walking out with them.
Yeah. And then they get back home and Dion's there. He comes to see Chappie and he comes to collect Chappie. He's got his little handgun, so he thinks he's Johnny Big Balls now. But Chappie won't speak to Dion due to him giving him a broken body.
Yeah, it's like leaning against the wall, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
It's always like, yeah, I hate you.
I hate you.
Hate you, man. What you doing?
Why'd you make me
grim
to
with your
die?
Dead body. Make him go die.
Why'd
Go die.
you make me to die?
And then, unfortunately, at this point, meanwhile, over at Tetravol, Vincent is using the guard key to shut down all the scout robots, including Chappie. So he spazzes out on the floor, starts halting and sparking and whatnot as well.
Why did they have the police robots driving cars and that as well?
I don't know, because you see one of them driving a car, he shuts down and just crashes it into the side.
Crashes
Then
off the
other
side
ones
of the motorway, doesn't
are
it?
just collapsing in front of other people at guards and the police stations or wherever they are in the city.
Yeah. But Chappie shuts down and Dion pulls out a gun and says, I'm taking him.
Literally 30 seconds of this robot going down. Hell has broke loose.
Hippo gets a call, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets a call. He goes, that's it, everything in Johannesburg is mine. It belongs to me. Starts
city
firing
is
up in the air,
mine.
shooting everything with his little gold AK. But even the city and the streets and that lot, people, news reporters are there as well, reporting on it. And Vincent is literally just gone, enter, put the TV on. It's like, oh, that was quick.
That didn't take long.
That didn't take long whatsoever.
No. It is literally 2 seconds. You're right. He goes, do you want to upgrade with this Genesis that he calls in and he's uploaded? Do you want to upgrade? Yes. Telly. And we're here in downtown Johannesburg where all hell has broke loose and there's just everyone shooting each other. You're like, that didn't take much, did it?
Yeah, and the police get a call then say like order reserves to go back on the streets. If I was that police officer, I'd be like, no.
No,
I
no.
retire, mate.
Maybe it's time to call in the army.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe
martial
get the
law
army.
needs to happen here,
But
mate.
they might as well be in the fucking army. You've seen the armory.
Yeah. When they're running and they're all kitting up, it's like, Jesus.
Literally LMGs and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, what police force has in LMG?
I know.
Running around like Rambo, like...
Surprised you doesn't get a scene of him like putting fucking guns down the sleeves and putting an RPG on the back and walking out like bloody Johnny J. Rambo.
Yeah, exactly.
But then, again, does Tetraval have no fucking security? Because Dion just seems to come and go and take whatever he pleases anytime he likes. Because now, in the middle of all this, Dion has shoved Chappie in the back of his van, drove to Tetraval, just walks in with Chappie, and no one is there, no
drags
security.
him.
Drags him in.
It's like dragging him down.
Sorry, dragging him in. And there's no one about. Even though all hell's breaking loose with their company robots, no one's about. He drags it through. Vince hides. And he starts repairing Chappie. And he takes the Genesis code out of it. And he's like, right, he reboots Chappie. And he's like, right, come on, Chappie, we need to get the hell out of here. And Chappie's walking out and he sees the moose. And he's like, you see a good shot of the moose there next to Chappie. And Chappie's looking up at it. And he's like, what's this? And he's like, that's moose, mate.
Yeah. Makes me laugh as well because he's just slagging it off to hell, and Vincent's there listening, getting even more pissed off. Seeing his face, like, no, you're much better than that. That's like a stupid robot.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like, it's just like a glorified tin company. And Vince is like, fucking what?
Motherfucker.
Fucking what? My life's work.
But then Chappie spots like another body, like a test dummy tile body up on a rack, and he goes, hey, Canada, there's another body here. Put me into this. And he says, no, we can't do that because you're conscious. We don't know what consciousness is. And I'm thinking, surely you could just take his head off and put it onto that one.
No, because it was shut down because of the battery.
I know, but he's a robot. Surely he literally just got turned off a minute ago and turned it back on and he was fine. So
I know what you're on about. Technically, you should be able to put the program software, basically. So that's what it is, isn't it?
Take
Software.
his hard drive out and put it into a new one. Why can't
In
they do
theory.
that? In theory, yeah.
In theory, yeah.
Or just like, if you can't do that, just his arms are plug and play and stuff, can't you just take his head off? Because even at the beginning, when he's talking about scrapping him, he say, take the CPU and the head off and use that for spare parts and take the arms off and that and just crush the body. So it's like, well, can't you just say, all right, yeah, just 1 second, take the head off, put your head on there, sorted, right, come on, let's get the hell out of here. But no, apparently for some reason we can't. But then he sees, he shows Chappie the helmet that's used for the moose that reads the brain, basically.
Yep, conscious.
Yeah. And he says, Chappie, I can feel my consciousness. I can feel it. I'll be able to do it. I'll be able to take it out. And he tells him, this is where he tells him that Ninja's promised him a new body if he does the heist. Chappie grabs the helmet and runs off. And as the police arrive...
Did you clock on to what Dion said?
What?
He tells Chappie, you can't take the helmet. It's illegal. What do you think Dion's been doing so far with Chappie?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, good point.
Do you know what I mean? He stole the robot. He's took the key. He's put illegal software in there, which his commander officer said, don't do anything with the AI. He's done that. He's been to and from stealing more parts and everything.
And associated with gangsters. He's just literally held up a couple of gangsters and nicked their, which is now their robot, even though it's handling stolen goods, basically. He's broke into Tetraval to repair a stolen robot.
Yep. And then he tells Chappie he can't take a helmet.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can't do that. It's illegal.
I know.
All right, okay, Dion.
It's like I'm gonna say. It's like if someone comes to stab you, just say, no, stop, that's illegal, please don't. You can't do that, it's illegal as they're stabbing you. It's like, all right. I don't think they care. Anyway, but the police arrive and all guard in, and then Vince just like, oh shit, and he just act normal, manages to walk out, but he leaves the guard key in the computer.
Did you feel like the police were there for Dion? Because the way they did it, because the phone was ringing, and it's Sigourney like giving him a call, and he's thinking, "Fuck!" And then all the police are coming in, aren't they? So
Don't know. I think
it looks
was
like.
I was wondering whether it's a case of the police were kind of like shit. Send a team over to Tetraval to try and find out what the hell's going on with all our robots.
That's what it turned out to be, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought it was after him at first.
Not sure. Because at the moment, no one, other than Vince, no one kind of knows what he's been up to, does he? So Chappie heads back home and he hooks himself up to the internet to try and figure out what consciousness is. And then he figures it out and puts the helmet onto Yolandi.
Yeah, fair play, mate. Fair play.
Well, I've got a question though. Why would a neural brain reading helmet work on a robot?
Exactly.
Bit weird. Surely you could just plug in USB style. Why would you need to put a helmet on?
You wouldn't.
But I think it's good that he's hooked up all the PS4s together to get the computing power to be able to figure it out.
Yeah,
but anyway, he manages to do it, and he knows what consciousness is.
Yeah, it was really good, wasn't it? Because he seemed like on the laptop just coding. It's like it's not working. Not working. There's a bit of thinking. Which way should I do it? Does it again? Then it comes up saying it's like overheating. It's going to be shutting down. It comes up. Bing.
Sorted.
Found it.
It comes up and he goes, I've done it. There's Chappie. That's me. That's Chappie. But Dion goes back to the office, and Michelle, Sigourney Weaver, tells Dion to get his droids back online now, or the company could go under. Vince tries to petition Michelle to let him use the moose, but she still won't allow it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guys start prepping for the heist.
Yeah, the montage.
Yeah.
Again, with their music in the background as they're getting everything done.
So it's a typical kind of montage scene of preparing for a heist. They've got all the weapons out on a table. They're all sorting the weapons out and stuff.
Another good scene, though, the way the director done it. Because it was like snippets, wasn't it? So the car pulls up, goes black. Then you see him running across, goes black.
Which part? The heist?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the prep. Because what I was
just before it, yeah.
Yeah, because what I was going to say was, did you see like Ninja goes to get his yellow gun and he bows to it? Like gets down and says like a little prayer and then takes his yellow gun off the wall.
Yeah. Which gives everything away.
Yeah.
Go for a hippo later on.
Well, they walk off, slow motion, and they just look like they're about to go paintballing.
Yeah. It does. It's ninjas wearing like camouflage pants, a vest.
Yeah.
And this big bike helmet.
Yeah, and then Yolandi's in like bloody fluorescent pink and yellow and all stuff like that.
Went to a rave.
Yeah, and he's got his big yellow pissing gun. And I'm just like, God. I mean...
Did you notice the two plasters on her arm as well?
No.
It's like a blue and a yellow one, or it's like either a bright yellow and a bright pink, it might have been, like crossed on her arm.
No, I didn't notice.
Just two random plasters.
They're just weird.
Yeah,
the dress
really
sense is weird. But I meant to pay attention to America's arm that he got shot, because after like the first day,
That's fine.
It's completely fine. It's healed. He's gunshot. He must have put a tea towel on it.
I think it was. Wet tea towel.
I think a wet tea towel from End of Days has been a good job here.
That's it. Seeing Schwarzenegger do it is like, I'll do that myself with my arm.
I love how... so they're robbing the truck, and you were saying it is good how they're doing it. But I love how Chappie's going, you go sleepy weepy now.
Sleepy weepy, you go to sleep.
Sleepy
The
weepy.
guy's like, I don't want to go to sleep.
He's just stabbing them all. And he's like, you go sleepy weepy. So
And then again, news just arrived there right on time with a helicopter circling above him. And it shows footage of Chappie stealing money from the van. And again, straight into the background TV next to Vincent. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, is this your robot?
Well, that's it, because they're in the office, and Dion figures out that Vince is behind the shutdown, and he goes over to confront him. And he's like, it's you motherfucker, you did it, you done all this. And then the news comes on, and he's like, and Vince turns the tables and goes, it's your robot, dickhead, look what it's doing. And then Dion goes off in a huff, going, everyone will know.
Yep.
But Chappie sees one of the guards on the floor asking him not to hurt him. And Chappie goes, you can sleep now, you can sleep. And he's like, no, please let me live. And then he kind of cottons on the... Hold on.
Done wrong.
Yeah.
Apologises, doesn't he?
He apologises because he gets in the car with everyone, because Ninja's like, come on, Chappie, we need to go. Come on, Chappie. And he gets in and he goes, I thought they were asleep.
You can tell, can't you? He's been manipulated a little bit.
Yeah. And then
Dion somehow manages to get into a secured armory safe and helps himself to explosives, weapons, and nobody challenging him?
he manages to walk straight into the army, take a bunch of weapons, and I've put in massive capital letters, why would you trust this company to police the streets when they can't even police themselves?
Exactly.
So what have we got so far? So far, Dion has managed to go in there, steal a robot, steal the guard key, take it away for a couple of days before anyone even notices. Yeah, he's managed to bring a robot back to repair it without anyone noticing.
Bearing in mind, he's not actually returned the key because Vincent stole it.
Yeah.
So they didn't even follow up on the phone call to say, right, we're going to report you.
And then Vince has managed to then get hold of the guard key, log onto the computers, and send out his Genesis code to turn all the computers off without anyone even noticing. And now
It's quite
Dion,
convenient. There's no passwords.
yeah, exactly. And then now Dion, as like you say, just walked straight into a massive vault. There's people running about everywhere. He just walks in, gets himself kitted up like Rambo, shoves it all into the back of his van again, and just drives out of there.
Yep. No questions asked.
No
Not
questions.
whatsoever.
Not one. Not who are you? What you doing? Where you going with them guns? What's going on? Nothing. Not one single question.
To make it even better, when he drives past the guard who's armed at the gate,
Yeah.
the guard goes, see you in a bit.
See you in a bit, mate.
You're not checking the van?
No.
Doing your job.
And then Vince goes in to see Michelle, or Sigourney, and tells him that basically that Dion is behind it and that he brought a sentient robot in last night for repairs.
Proper squeals on him, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then he shows the news about Chappie, and then he says she gives him the green light to use the moose and go after Chappie, and basically says, destroy them all.
Meaning the robots, I don't think she meant
I don't
every
think
single
she meant
person
to.
in the area.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people die.
A lot of people die.
Yes,
A lot of
people
people.
do.
So Hippo then sees the news of them robbing the truck, sees that Ninja's got the robot, and he goes, I want that robot! And then Vince straps into the moose. Now, the moose, right, I've got a question. So he says all the way through that you put the helmet on, the moose can read your thoughts, and you can control it using your mind, basically. You link in with it.
Controllers?
Why does he have controllers? Weird.
Exactly. Well, technically, it's like a VR helmet, so you can see what, like an FPV type thing. Yeah. It's like a first-person view of that robot, but you're controlling it with your hands.
Yeah.
So technically, it's not really like a neural helmet like they've been bigging it up for.
No, it really isn't.
No. It's controlled by controllers.
Yeah.
And you see him using controllers.
You literally see him using a big-ass pissing joystick.
That's why he didn't get the budget for the police.
Contract,
It's like saying, wait, you're telling me this is like all control with your mind, but why are you using a controller?
It's a con.
It's a cod, mate. Definitely is.
Well, the moose takes off through a skylight in the roof, because apparently that thing has bloody jets on it.
Certainly
It can
does,
literally
mate.
fly.
Certainly does.
So then back with Chappie, Ninja tells Chappie that he lied about the body and that he can't actually do it. And then the moose is tracking Chappie through his GPS.
It's lucky
And,
Chappie didn't kill Ninja. Lucky he didn't get killed.
Well, yeah, because Chappie is basically battering Ninja, saying, why do you humans lie? Why do you humans lie? Why you lied to me?
Van pulls up, throws him out, doesn't he?
Yeah. And then Dion arrives with a load of weapons and says, look, there's shit coming our way. I brought you some weapons. We need to get the hell out of here now. We need to get Chappie out of here.
They don't.
And then Chappie's battery meter starts flashing. So he's on 2% battery. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a low power mode.
No, he doesn't.
No.
I think this part ruined it a little bit for Yolanda. Because her acting when she's trying to hug him and crying, Chappie.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. It's like, Chappie!
Oh, Chappie, I didn't mean to lie.
You ruined it. You ruined it. You're doing so well.
She did ruin it a bit, to be fair. Hippo arrives in the meantime, though, and says, I want my money and I want my robot.
There's about 14 people with Hippo here as well.
Yeah.
So Ninja gets a bit pissed off, thinks, right, I'm having enough of this.
No.
Picks up his little DLC skin for the M14 and starts shooting at him.
Like, the look on his face. It's kind of like in slow motion, and he's like, I'll put a clip up here, and he's like...
Really bad. I think he's got a bit of Downs in him.
think so.
Yeah.
I think he does, yeah.
Bit of Downs and meth. A lot of meth.
Down syndrome, yeah.
Yeah. Something not right.
Meth, you heard it here. Meth and Down syndrome do not go.
And that is Ninja.
But then Chappie's kind of bewildered, and because like a gunfight erupts.
Yep.
And Chappie's just kind of stood at the back of the truck, just looking at the weapons, and he's bullets are pinging off him. I think Yolandi's shouting, "Help us, Chappie!" And Chappie just stands there, and then he just like suddenly gets to work, and he picks up an explosive, gets his knife off his chest, tapes it to it, puts it back on.
Good thinking.
Keep an eye out that for in a bit. And then the fucking moose arrives.
Whoa, God. He arrives in style. And again, like you said, power tripping really, really bad. He lands next to America, who's on the floor, walks over to him. Ninja's like, oh, what's this over there? Sorry, not Ninja. Vincent's like, oh, what's that over there? Oh, proper like jizzing himself. He's like getting that, like, ah.
He's been waiting a while for this, hasn't he?
It just literally cuts him and rips him in half and throws him against the wall. You're like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's going to be sore in the morning.
That is going to be sore. You ain't walking that off, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Turns to Hippo's men, starts firing at them, flies up in the air. Just so you can see everything else he has.
Yeah.
Fires a fucking cluster bomb at them.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Blows up the truck. Money goes everywhere.
Ninja's trying to pick up bloody dollars off the floor.
Yeah.
Like, mate, you're in the middle of a fucking hellfire with this giant robot just nuking everybody.
Just wait till it's over, and if you're still alive, you can get your money then. Jesus Christ, man.
Time and a place, mate. Time and a place.
Chappie comes out, kitted up to fuck. I don't know why he's gone inside now to now walk out.
Oh, to make him look badass as he walks out into the sun.
Yeah. Starts using the gun that Dion brought to take out the thing, and he jumps up and he stabs his grenade into the front of the moose.
It's like the forehead of it, isn't it?
Yeah, into the forehead. Gets down, goes to blow it up, but then the moose cottons on and starts shooting at him. He drops the detonator on the floor.
Yep. Dion tries to get the van to get away. So quite a lot happens on this part of the scene. There's a lot of little things and like a lot of snippets. So as Dion tries to get the van, Hippo comes and tries to hijack it from him. Yeah. Shoots him in the back, but goes right through in the bullet. And then Ninja gets Hippo from behind and kills him with a shovel.
Well, he shoots Hippo
shot
shoots
Ninja as well, didn't he?
In the leg, yeah. And then you just see Dion there on the floor with his gun wounded, and in the background you just see Ninja there with the shovel just battering the shit out of him.
What's that? Fair play, mate. Fair play, taking him on.
But then you have Chappie saves Yolandi by busting through the brick wall.
That was good.
Yeah. But then Chappie then goes over to... so in the meantime, the moose's camera has been damaged. So he's up in the air and he can't see, and he's switching through different visual modes and turns to...
infrared.
In the meantime, Chappie picks up Dion, puts him in the back of the van and says he'll get his consciousness out. He's like, I can put you in a new body maker. Just stay alive. Just stay alive. I'll put you in a new body. Anyway, so Chappie says, I need to go get my helmet. So they drive into the base. Yeah. They all get into the van. They drive into the base. Chappie runs in to try and get the helmet, as he does, because he's got the GPS. The moose is tracking him, so he knows Chappie's inside. Starts shooting, destroys all his rig up and the helmet. And then he's like, shit. So he runs back to the van and he says, I need to go back to the factory and get the other helmet. I need to get the spare helmet. I need to get his consciousness out. Ninja decides to stay behind to distract the moose as all the others leave.
Tries to sacrifice himself, doesn't he? He's like, yo, pusso, I'm here. And just gets down onto his knees.
The thing with this bit is, right, so this is a private company that's doing this now. That's basically,
murdering everybody.
Murdering everyone. Right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming that
It'll be recorded.
Right. So this is what popped into my mind. And they're like, so what happened to this place? The police were going to want the footage. And then all they'll say is they'll be like, kind of, fair enough. There was no danger to your life. But yet you cluster bombed a load of people. You fired bloody rockets at people. And then there's a guy there in front of you that gets down, looks like he surrenders, puts his gun down, and now you're about to kill him.
With pincers.
Yeah. Surely if they ever watch or get hold of this footage, Vince is going to jail for a long time. I don't care if they're gangsters or what crime they've committed. There was no risk to his life there. He just went on a pissing rampage.
Massive rampage.
He had it's a massive paddy. He's had a massive paddy.
Really bad. And he's walking towards Ninja now, like slowly with his pincers going. Next minute, boom! Someone hits his head. And what is it? It's Yolande with zero recoil, by the way, with this big 50 cal fucking rifle. She just picks it up and goes pop.
Yep.
As if it's like a water pistol.
I know. I thought that thing was like a giant shotgun or something, and I was thinking, first of all, how's he got the range? And like you say, how's she not got the recoil?
She would have been on her ass.
She would have been.
Yep. Big 50 cal. Boom. Massive explosion on it. He just turns around with a minigun and just lits her up.
It's thingy, innit? It's one of Newton's laws, the equal and opposite reaction. So if it's got enough force to set that thing to go back, it's going to be kicking her back at the same time.
Yep. Exactly.
And she's only got a small frame, so you're right there, man.
Yep. That small frame got 2 bullets.
That got
straight through her.
Oh, yeah. That was a good scene, that, though.
Yeah,
it's like in slow motion, and you just see it going. Wow. But then Chappie just happens to get in front.
Since he used a minigun.
Yeah.
Only hit her 3 times.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, she got lucky.
He did get very lucky.
You know what I mean? It could have been like half of a torso.
She could have been Swiss cheese there, Mum.
Yes, literally.
But then
Chappie sees the explosive on the ground, picks it up, sets it off, boom, no more moose.
Yeah, he gets to the remote. And then Chappie's like, I'm gonna crush him, Daddy! I'm gonna crush him! I'm gonna kill him!
Oh, he's pissed off now, isn't he?
Oh, he's pissed off. I thought this scene was quite good, though, as well, with when Ninja goes over to Yolandi and he picks her up and he's crying on the floor.
Yeah.
He's just like, no! And I was thinking, I wonder if he's actually thought to himself, what would happen if this happened to my Yolandi?
Again, good scene from him.
Good scene.
It was a good scene from him, to be fair.
I've got to give him his props. It was good.
He has had some moments. It really has. Vincent instantly shits himself, knowing that the moose is not there and Chappie's on his way.
Yeah.
Daddy, stay here. Stay there, Daddy. I'm going to crush him, man.
I'm going to crush him, Daddy. I'm going to crush him.
And by the way, I completely forgot that Dion was still in the back of the van bleeding out.
Yeah, this is going on.
It's like, how has he survived this long already?
I know.
Never mind a 25-minute drive to the fucking warehouse.
I know.
Or to the factory. Would it not be easier just to take him to the hospital?
Yeah.
It's probably closer.
I don't think he's got time to argue with Chappie, has he?
Oh, yeah.
Plus all the questions robot turns up with you. To be fair, I'd rather that than what's about to happen.
Oh, yeah. That is right. Right.
Chappie gets Dion to the factory, and as they're walking in, Vince is there, and he tries to shoot Chappie. And Chappie goes, it's the man from the van! It's the man from the van! Chases after him.
Picks up a wrench, just takes his legs out as he's trying to run off. Oh!
And then they're running through the office, and Vince is shooting Chappie, going, get away from me! And he goes, you killed Mummy! You hurt Mummy! I hurt you! You bad man!
Spartan kicks him through the wall. Boom!
And he goes, no, you don't use guns! Takes the gun off him.
Breaks his arm. And then just picks him up and just gorilla presses him through the roof.
Yeah. Drops him down. He goes, I forgive you, bad man. Walks off. Walks off all gangster.
Fucked.
I know.
His legs look like they've been broken. His arm was broken.
Good to Chappie to forgive him, though.
It was, mate. It was. Great
And
scene, that. Great scene.
I know. It made me laugh, to be fair. Although it was a bit sad and a bit like revenge-like, but it was. I feel like maybe Vince deserved a bit more, but I
thought that.
I think it was good to just see Chappie kind of get his revenge a little bit, because not only has he just killed his mum, he also did what he did in the van as well at the beginning. Traumatized the poor little fella.
He certainly did, mate. He certainly did.
Anyway, so they go to do the transfer, but then there's only one droid, that one that we seen before that was hung up.
Again, he sacrifices himself
Yeah.
to save Dion.
Yeah, so he goes, no, save yourself, Chappie, save yourself. He goes, no, I help you, my maker. And the police arrive at the factory, and they've locked the doors, and the police are trying to work their way in, but they can't get through the doors. And then Chappie manages to transfer Dion's consciousness to the spare droid.
Again. Yeah.
I know. I mean, let alone the fact that, he's managed to do the consciousness and developed it and so stuff like that. The rate of transfer to it as well is just like, it's very quick.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think, I'd like to think that my consciousness and my whole existence is a rather large file.
Yeah,
if it
instead
was
of
to be
just being like
quantified.
0 and 1s.
Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, it kind of, to me, it kind of goes back to the whole thing that we discussed during the 6th day. And it's like, is it his consciousness? Is it him that's transferred? Has that version of him now died? And there's now a new version of Dion in this robot. I know as soon as he hits that, the real Dion kind of shuts down and it transfers. So that kind of makes sense to me. But in a bit, with what happens to Yolandi, that is just basically a copy of her, isn't it?
It's got to be, because, like you say, with Yolanda's, she was alive when he's basically saved it onto a USB.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing with like going off a bit topic, like Star Trek, when they use the teleporters and they say, how did the teleport work? Basically, that teleporter destroys you, vaporizes you there, and then copies you wherever it takes you. So that version of you is dead. A new version of you has just appeared there, thinking that they've got all your memories and everything, and they're walking around. But from you here now, you're dead. You're gone. You no longer exist. That's basically just a clone. Is it the same type of thing?
It's got to be with her.
It's definitely with her, and I'm just wondering if it's the same with him.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, you're looking really deep into that one.
Yeah. So Dion wakes up in the body, and then they're like thinking, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? And then Dion comes up with the idea to basically, because all the other scout droids around the city have gone down, that Chappie could, in theory, transfer his consciousness into one of them.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. But I like this because Chappie sits down, puts the helmet on, and he goes, okay, Daddy, okay. Oh, no, not Daddy. Okay, Maker. Okay. And he goes, actually, come here.
What if it doesn't work?
Comes over, he goes, I'm scared. What if it doesn't work? And he's like, it'll be okay, Chappie, it'll be okay. And then he runs back. And I just thought, that's like, just little things like that. It's like a nice little touch. I know,
it really is.
I know you're fighting against the time because the police are trying to bang their way in. It's just the way he's like, I'm scared.
It's showing emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really, really good. But Chappie tells him as well, don't worry, Maker, you'll live forever.
Yeah.
Or until the battery runs out in 5 days.
I'm assuming, though, that all the others are like solar powered or something.
You would hope so.
You would hope so.
You really would.
But the transfer completes and the police come in and Dion manages to escape. And then, luckily, he runs out of the compound.
The right door.
Through the right door, and Chappie just happens to be waking up right there. That was quite lucky.
Really lucky, mate.
Really lucky.
Yeah, because it could have been like us when we were playing DayZ.
Yeah.
We spawn in, we're on one side of the building, you're on the other side, and you run completely opposite directions.
Where are you, mate? Where are you? I'm over here. Where? Over here.
But yeah, he just steps out into the street. The first one he comes across is him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ninja is back at the house, burning everything of Yolanda's.
Why?
Even pictures.
I'm like, I know, if my missus had just died, the last thing I do is go like, she's dead. Time to burn everything.
Let's have a clear out.
Time to erase her whole existence. But then as he's going through and he's burning pictures, he comes across a little thumb drive. And it says, Mummy, back up.
Yeah.
And then you get a little flashback to Chappie trying the helmet on her and saying, look, Mummy, it's you, Mummy, on the screen. Now, I'm wondering again, I'd like to think my intelligence would have to take up a giant server room.
It is Yolanda.
That's what I'm thinking, Yolanda. But then he's there like that, and then all I'm thinking was, I'm pretty sure he's not with Yolandi for her personality. He can't be.
Aren't we?
He'd be like, in the fire.
We got a sex robot now.
Yeah, well, fair enough, yeah.
You gotta look at it that way, mate. And then, again, with his little machine press, he's got a t-shirt on with Yolanda's face.
Yolandi Vista on his back and the Antwoord, and it's literally the camera just is there on it, and I'm like, another advertisement for them?
Yeah, just
as their music's playing in the background.
Yep. And then they put the body down into the grave.
Yeah.
Then, like you say, the music playing with the classic Enter the Ninja.
Yeah, because as Chappie's logging into the factory, downloading her consciousness, and somehow manages to create a robot with her face. And then the film finishes with her opening her eyes as a robot.
Did you get goosebumps on all that bit? You know, when the music starts?
A little bit.
I got goosebumps every time I watched it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's quality. Really, really good how they've done it.
Yeah.
Every time, goosebumps.
Because it's kind of like you see the machines coming on, and you see the consciousness, and the robot turns, and it just eyes open.
Mm. Yeah, really good how they did it.
Shame they didn't do that for America.
Yes.
Film is over, guys. All I'm going to say now...
That is it. End credits.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is that was a cracking film.
It really was.
I know there's been quite a bit that we took the piss out of, but, mate, this is such a good film. And to think last week, I was slagging it off.
You really was.
I really was. I was saying
this is the good thing about doing this podcast, because we can get films where we think, oh, shit, that is shit, and then we break it down and you think, it's a bloody gem.
I watched it years ago, not long after it came out. I think it had come onto Sky, and I watched it. And I remember, I think I watched it with one of our friends, and we were kind of taking the piss out of Ninja and the South African accents and stuff like that. So I think it was that, because I wasn't really watching it properly, that I just came away from it thinking that was shit. But now I've watched it properly twice this week, and I'm like, it's actually a really good film. It's very emotional as well. The way they make the robot relate, it's like a child. It's like you proper feel for it. You're rooting for it all the way through, and it's like the way they've done it is just amazing. I can't articulate how good it is. You just gotta go and watch it, guys. You just gotta go and watch it.
Don't give your awards away too
No, I'm
early.
not giving my awards away. I'm just saying it really surprised me how good it was.
Okay,
and
click quiz.
I think the critics at the beginning and the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, absolute wankers.
Yeah, critics, mate, don't know nothing.
They don't know fuck all.
That is why we do these long-form podcasts where we can break it down properly, talk about it properly, and then get into the little niggles of it.
Yeah.
And again, give it credit where credit's due.
We do clip quiz.
Yep.
Just say that I find it much more comfortable admiring your show from afar.
Comfort, the enemy of progress.
Do you understand that just associating with you could cost me my inheritance?
Oh, it could cost you more than that. You'd be risking everything, but on the other hand, well, you just might find yourself a free man.
I can't think what it is. I still can't.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh. Been a while since you not figured one out.
I know. Whatever it is, I think I've seen it, but I can't. Go on, what is it?
Greatest Showman.
That'll be why I've never seen it.
Have you not seen that?
Never seen The Greatest Showman.
What? Good film.
Why do I recognise that line then?
Don't know.
Literally, I've never seen The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, Zac Efron, that was the other one.
Was it? No wonder I didn't get it then. No, never seen it. So, yeah, if you got that right, Greatest Showman, give yourself a pat on the back. Please hit that like and subscribe button as well.
Yeah.
And please comment below. Let us know if you got it.
Now, the awards. If you want to play
Yes.
along, you can let us know down below in comments. You could join a Discord as well, or if you join on our YouTube, that's the best way to do it. Go in the community section. We'll put up on there as well what film we're going to be recording next, etc.
Yep.
Next week is going to be
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
So if you want to play along with that, let us know what you want to give for the best actor, worst actor, best character, worst character, the Hot Babe Award, again, can be male or female, 3 things you liked, and your personal rating out of 10.
Yes. And if you do, leave a comment and let us know. We will read them out as we do it live.
We will.
Not live for you, but it's live for us.
Live for us. Right, first one,
Yep.
King Kong Award, best actor.
Yeah, that's right. You better walk away.
Go
He is
walk
King
away,
Kong.
because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Have you seen a recent picture of Denzel?
He looks a bit like a crackhead.
Old.
He looks old, yeah.
He looks like 75. It's like, whoa.
Thing is, I know you mentioned a few weeks back that allegedly there's some links to him, but I do kind of have a bit of respect for him because he does good roles. He picks his roles well, but then there was like, I think he was doing, I don't know if he was doing a podcast or he was having a meeting with other people, and he was basically just saying, look, don't I think he said something like, don't get it twisted. We're just actors.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know shit about anything. And I mean, you're right. All you're doing is you just go in there. You're an actor. You go in there to play pretend. You know, your words are written for you. You're told what to do. You're told what to wear. You're told what to dress and everything like that. Yeah, but we give a lot of credence to actual, you know, thinking that their opinion matters. Like they know shit about
Like politics and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman's the same for that as well.
Yeah.
He says the same.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm
not
an
bothered.
actor. Yeah.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman, I've got a lot of respect for him as well.
Yeah.
Right, best actor.
I've gone for Ninja.
Do you know what? I did actually write Dev Patel. Right? But
Yeah.
overall, throughout the whole film, Dev Patel was the better actor. However, the scenes that Ninja done, where it was emotional and stuff, he done really, really well. And to be fair, I think he deserves the Best Actor award.
He really does. He surprised me so much because, like I say, the guy isn't an actor.
No.
And I know he's technically playing himself, but even so, there was some difficult scenes there to act out, and I think he did it so well. The whole kind of arc with Chappie, where it starts off, it's basically a tumble dryer to him, to it basically becoming his dad and feeling towards him, and even towards the end where he's saying, "I'm so sorry, Chappie, I didn't mean to lie to you," and all stuff like that. It's like kind of redemption arc in it. Does it so well, and I'm so surprised
And
considering
then
the
when
guy's not an
Yolandi
actor.
dies.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah.
I think he deserves it.
yeah. Good on you, Ninja. Good on you, Tudor boy. Tudor
Yes.
Watkins Jones.
Who would have thought? You won't get an Oscar, but you will get 6 and below.
You will get the King Kong award, mate.
Right. Worst actor, a.k.a. the Golden Seagull.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
I broke it.
Oh my God.
That's my
His
son.
ball
That.
cup's gone.
That's my son. Messing about with it. That
Tell
time
him keep
ago.
his sticky paws off it.
The Golden Seagull. That is literally a seagull. A golden trophy.
Golden seagull.
That is,
With his balls. His
that's it.
balls in a trophy.
Who does this trophy belong to?
I didn't catch the guy's name, but Hippo.
Yeah.
Who plays
Okay.
Hippo. Oh, he was terrible.
I see your point there.
I'm not surprised he said in that interview that Ninja was giving him acting tips.
Yeah. You couldn't act.
He couldn't act.
No. Right. Tough one.
Go on.
Originally, I have put Yolandi.
Right.
Right. And do you know what? I'm going to stick with it. And the only reason is, it's mainly because of that scene where she was trying to be upset and cuddling
Yeah.
Chappie, towards the end. And I don't know if it was because of the accent or it was her acting thing, but she couldn't do upset. Mothering role was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Credit where credit is due, not me on that bit. But that bit just ruined it for me.
Yeah. She did well. She did well considering.
Again, not a professional actor.
No. She did well, but there were a few bits where it's kind of he's seen it drop. He's seen it kind of, like you say, that scene there. Where compared to Ninja was the better of the two by far.
Oh, yeah, by far. Like you say, the whole arc and everything. Best character? Chappie. Yep.
Yeah, gotta
Nice
be.
and easy, that one. Straight through. Worst character?
I've gone for Michelle or Sigourney Weaver.
True. Yep.
Kind of feel like she didn't really need to be in the film.
Took a paycheck.
Yeah.
So she's done about 6 or 7 lines.
I think she just said, "I want to work with that director. If you got have you because he was like the big thing in Hollywood at one time, especially after District 9 or whatever it's called, District 12. What's it called? District 9. District 9. So I kind of get that impression. She wasn't in it much, but I don't think she needed to be there. It could have just been handled by Vincent's character
No, or anybody else.
or anybody else. Yeah,
Yeah,
would have been a no name. Would have been Hippo.
would have been. Worst character? Hippo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I've gone for.
yeah, he was terrible.
Hot Baby Award.
Yolandi.
Yolandi.
Wasn't any other women in it other than Sigourney Weaver?
Office worker number 3.
Really?
Yeah. It's when like a little bit of a gunfight breaks out, you see some hot birds running around.
I thought you were going to go for the Yolandi robot at the end.
Yeah, that's probably better. That's probably better than a Yolanda.
To be fair, take away the shitty haircut. She's got a cracking body.
She looks like she's not eating healthily for quite a while, and she's been on crack.
I reckon she'd ride you like Seabiscuit for some crack.
She probably would do.
Yeah.
3 things she likes about the movie.
So I love the go to sleep bit.
Yep.
Go to sleep, guys.
When he's learning.
Yeah, when he's
that was my
that
bit as well. Yeah.
The CGI on the robots was just impeccable.
Yeah, really good, really good.
And the car stealing scenes.
Car stealing scene was mine as well.
Yeah.
My third one was at the start scene when those scout robots start attacking the factory.
Oh yeah, like
that whole scene was really good.
Yeah.
Like,
do you know what they should have had to that? What's that song called? It was like the Flight of the Valkyries.
Yeah, that one.
They should have had that as they were coming in, like it was like Vietnam or something.
Either that or the is it Fortunate Son?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, that red, white, and blue.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Choppers flying in.
Yeah, that would have been,
that would have been cool. Rating out of 10.
I'm going to say 7.
7 as well, I've gone for.
I'd maybe even, doing the read through now, I'd maybe even push it up a few points, but I said 7 and I'll say 7.
I think 7.
Yeah, 7.
Ooh. That's agreeing on a lot of stuff here.
I know.
We don't normally do that.
We don't.
A bit weird.
We don't. There's usually you're giving wrong answers, but...
Shut up. Some of the ones that you've given in the past, mate. Jesus.
You can fuck right off.
Really
should we do the Wall of Fame?
Wall of
So this section, we introduce you to our Wall of Fame. If you're the first-time listener, we have all the movies we've done below, which there seems to be a lot now. Done below, done to the back of us.
Yep.
So we split them into 3 categories. There's one to skip, which are the absolute shit bargain basement bastards you really don't want to have to watch. You got worth a watch in the middle, which we would recommend, and then we got the must see, which we think everyone needs to see at some point in their life.
Quite an easy one, this isn't it?
Yeah.
Going off what we're giving out of 10, straight into the
one to skip.
One to skip, yeah.
No, definitely worth must see, mate. Must see.
Must see. I'm up for that.
I think you need to go and see it. It's a heartwarming class film. It's just and it will surprise you. I would say at some points, maybe if you're not used to the South African accent, maybe stick subtitles on. You don't really need them, but sometimes like those bits. I watched it with my second watch with the subtitles on, and there was some bits where I was like, oh, so that's what they said.
Yeah.
You still get the context and the gist of it, but if you want to understand what they're saying word for word, get the subtitles on. Other than that, brilliant film, well acted. Chappie was just amazing. I want one.
Really do.
And yeah, he's just class.
Yeah, lovable character all around.
I've got love for Chappie. So next week,
that's one thing I never thought or ever hear you say. Going off last week,
yeah. Jesus Christ! Last week I was protesting. I was begging you not to make me watch it.
Definitely was, mate. You definitely was.
You did the first watch, and you rang me, didn't you, early in the week, and you said this film was rubbish. It's really good, and I was like, no, it's shit, mate. It's shit. I don't want to watch it. I'm putting it off. And you were like, no. And you were like, even Liam liked it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, she don't know shit. Fuck her.
What did Hannah think of it?
Hannah likes it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She really liked it.
See. Overall, good film.
It is really good. I'd say to be honest, it's one of the best we've watched.
It's highest rating on IMDb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is one of the best we've watched. It's definitely hit you in the feels. Some of them scenes. It's got funny bits. It's got hit you in the feels. It's got plenty of action in it. All around, it's a really good film. I don't know why it's
well
so
directed.
Underrated. Huh?
Well directed.
It is.
Yeah, it really was. Right,
yeah.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, should we wrap it up there? So we'll catch you next week for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and please leave us some comments and let us know what your recommendations for awards and that would be. And if you do have a film out there that you want to recommend, please drop us an email to sixandbelowpodcast@gmail.com. You can contact us on X or Twitter, which are the handles in the top corner over there. And
YouTube community
you can leave a comment, on the community. Just leave us a recommendation for a film. Just remember, it needs to be either 6 or below on IMDb, hence the name, or it needs to have below 60% both audience and critics on Rotten Tomatoes.
So it's got to meet at least 2 out of the 3.
So it's
parameters.
either or IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's kind of like why we're doing this one. But yeah, I'll shut up now and let you get back to your busy lives, I'm sure. So,
Yeah, go catch one of our other episodes if you want
yeah,
more.
please do. Please watch another one. Which one would you recommend watching? I'd probably say Punisher's quite funny because I'm pissed out my face.
Yes, we are very drunk on that one. That was quite a funny one.
If you get to the
Twilight
end-
was a funny one.
Twilight's a funny one.
Old. It's one of our older ones where it's
very
not
old.
as good.
The editing's
Set up.
not as good in it, but it's funny. But Punisher, get about halfway through, watch it from there because that's when I'm very, very, very drunk and I can't even get my words out.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to learn a bit more about how the podcast came together, we have our 50th episode special.
Keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, which we explain a bit how me and Darren met and how we came about with the podcast. That's a good little watch. But
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm Eric.
I'm Darren.
This has been Six and Below.
Have a great night. Bye-bye,
Okay,
guys.
Bye bye.
See you later.